Good afternoon. Welcome to Mattingly Park for Apple 98.5 FM's match of the day. It's the Cobras hosting the Devils in another chapter, and we just witnessed quite a warm Anzac ceremony, Trick.
What a terrific ceremony that was, Todd. Each year seems to be getting better and better, and how fantastic was that bugle player, and the young lady from the Darley Devils who sang that national anthem done a fantastic job, and the only minus was the false start before the national anthem.
Oh, well, that's just community footy at its best. We're not far off a start here. Darley have won the toss. They'll kick to the railway end. Not a breath of wind to speak of, so no excuses for both sides. But a very new-look Cobras outfit. It'll be interesting to see how they go. Of course, they got within 10 points of the Devils last year. Your young Blake Joel kicked 5. They came from the clouds, admittedly, but and never really looked like winning, but they got a little bit nervous in the last couple of minutes for some. But the Devils, minus Nick Rodder and Dylan Lance, they're going to take a while to find their best footing. But Coach Dan Jordan in his second year will be hoping for something that resembles more of that today.
Well, they'll go deep in the finals at the end of the year, Toddy, and they'll just continue to build each week.
We'll keep you updated with scores right around the region. Ballarat hosting Lake Windaree, East Point hosting Melton South. Redan are off to Marsh, albeit Marsh Stadium. They're taking on North Ballarat, and Sunbury at home to Melton. A big congratulations going out to Jack Parente too. A young player at the Cobras, been playing senior footy since the age of 16, and a joint captain with the evergreen Simon Lafranchi, who'll no doubt take up his usual post in the back half. We're not far off a start here. Big crowd in attendance. It's the Cobras hosting the Devils. Able to bounce back. They've made 5 or 6 changes, the Cobras. The Devils have got Billy Myers and Matty Brett and Mace Cousins in today. And the debutant Luke Eppie will take on Luke Gertz, another newcomer for the Cobras, but the latter with more experience will call that one even. Eppie was tackled, could have been elbowed out of the umpire. Called play on and goes for the high up and under kick. Shallow entry inside 54 are the Cobras. Ball at ground level. Young, quick hands to Wackram. Tackled by Smith. Hot ground ball just sharked and booted by Young across the middle of the ground. Lafranchi leads into the chase for the ball, couldn't gather. Spiteri said, I'll have it. Quick hands to Joel Cavan. Hurry kick smothered on the attacking side of the centre circle. Whistle imminent, you'd think. The umpire letting it go early. Shea with a hurried left foot kick high up and under. The umpire will pay the mark. And Mace Cousins took a confidence booster in the opening minute of the game and swung it to the left boot. And went to the captain, M. Bewley, who wielded go onto the left boot. Penetrating left foot kick to Myers. And he's taken a mark about 25 metres out from goal. Just on a slight angle. And then I'm going to start with a couple of the new wins for the Devils, to speak of Cousins and starting that chain, and Myers on the end.
Well, 3 players won the place at Geelong Reserves in Cousins, and the 2 superstars in Myers and Bewley, the ex-Williamstown VFL players, Todd.
So Billy Myers to over the scoring here at Mattingly Park. Leads back on the kick. It goes across the face and a let off early for the Cobras and through for a minus score. So an early touch to the captain, Brett Bewley, the reigning Henderson medalist.
Just a couple of little things in that passage of play. Couple of boys, the younger boys, just ball watching a little bit, Todd.
Ball comes back into play for the Cobras. They come broadcast side to Kovacevic. One of those youngsters into the side today. Right foot kick goes into coach direction. Brett it better than Impey. Couldn't take the mark. Brett at the back. Quick hands towards Van Lee. Was out of his reach, so he decided to go with the soccer and found touch over the line for a boundary throw in right in front of the Darley coach's box. Massive crowd into attendance here today. 1 point, Darley. Lead back as far as no score, 2 minutes gone. Shea with his second touch, hurried kick. Under pressure, only went as far as Ankrum, who gave it to Bewley. Onto the left boot, the middle of the ground. Goes to the fat side, beyond Lafranchi, able to sit for him. Myers with the charge, met the body solidly and fairly. Hot footy on in earnest, ball goes to ground. Whistle imminent, there'll be a ball up 45 metres out from the Darley goal.
Couple of matchups, Toddy. Young Joel's got Zane Lahure. On the water's gone to Myers. And Bewley with Nixon.
Tap one by Impey. That'll do the youngster a world of good. Hurry clearing kick for the Cobras in the Owen direction. Couldn't take the mark out of centre wing. Matthew Brett goes to the searching hand pass towards Page. His kick under the pump. went backwards towards Lahure, searching hand pass from ground level, found Brett, but his hand pass there went astray. Very open forward line here. It's 2-on-1 here in favour of the Devils. Cobras doing well. And they're going to force a ball up here. Terrific play there by Tyrrell. And there'll be a ball up 51 metres away from the Cobra goal.
Young fella out of the under-19s from last year, Todd. Just developing boy, big body boy.
So it'll be Goetz, or Gertz, and Impey. Gertz won the tap, ball at ground level. Nearly over the football, one of those. And McCreary the other. And there'll be a ball up 50 metres out from goal. If you've just joined us, Darley with the opening score, 1 point to Billy Myers. They lead. So a pretty ordinary start by the scorers here at Mattingly Park. There's McCreary charging through the pack as a pot shot of the goals. Went across the face, over the head of Matty Brett, and he obliges and keeps Cody Gates from travelling over the 1956 Olympics classic fence that surrounds this ground here at Mattingly Park. Perfect conditions, not a breath of wind. Cobras into attack. There's the throw in. Who will it favour at the back? Chance here for Shane and Craig. They raffle it. Craig just threw the ball on the boot and just went straight up in the air. Chance here for Huxtable. A youngster kick across the body. What a confidence booster for the Cobras. And they get the first of the afternoon. A tick over 4 minutes gone. And they take the lead here at Mattingly Park. They're 1 goal straight 6. They lead Darley 1 behind.
Couldn't have been too happy with that, Jordan, with the stoppage there. Huxtable just sitting out on his own there, Toddy, and converted a nice goal.
Yeah, indeed. And Kovacevic with a mark from that kick in, and Huxtable with the opener. So
stop the game.
A couple of the teenagers having an impact in the opening 5 minutes here at Mattingly Park. It's the Cobras through Huxtable. They lead 1 goal, Darley 1 behind. Highly anticipated round 2 clash here. They're always entertaining. Huxtable on Bewley at the moment in the middle of the ground. There's the ball up, tap one by Impey. Ball at ground level, sits okay for Shea. Might have been infringed. The umpire said no. Cadman got it to Baker. Further afield to Denham was clever. There was a party on the corner of half forward. Dump as he kicked by McCreary. Inside 50. Deep one at that. Ball at ground level. Spiteri desperate. So too the Cobras defence. They want to be clean here. They went searching for behind it. They managed to find it in the end through Bissell. And it's rushed over the line for a minor score. Darley 2 behind. Charles Bacchus 1 goal straight 6.
You can see how dangerous the Devils are when they get that overlap, Todd.
So Ogden brings the ball back into play. The kick's okay.
Jenks.
And Jenks with ball in hand, deep in that pocket. It's indicated to all and sundry. He'll go along the line. Terrible kick. It's been interrupted by Angwin. Or intercepted nonetheless. His kick was then smothered, so well done there by the Cobras. Through McCreary. Right foot kick lowers the eyes and it's okay. And the mark's been taken there by Freeman on half back. Decides to go short. Kicks fine to McCreary. Started well in front of his brother. He and Bobby Hill here today for the Magpies. Short kicks fine to Shea, who started well. Leading possession winner on the ground at the moment with McCreary. Right foot kick to half forward. Young to fly at the back. Couldn't take the mark. There's a quandary of players around the footballer who rate one of those, Impey another, and there'll be a ball up some 60 metres away from the Cobra goal. Apple 98.5 FM and 979 FM taking the broadcast today. The vision via Red Onion Media on BFNL Match Day. Welcome to Mattingly Park. Impey went to soccer, found Bewley, penetrating left foot kick, but a victim of the narrow Mattingly Park. We've seen a few balls go out of bounds on the full over the journey here. And an opportunity to rebound. Right foot kick from the Cobras towards half forward. Took a nice mark. 65 metres out from goal against the debutant in Impey. High penetrating kick forward. Freeman the fly with the spoil. Good discipline effort there, but the umpires picked out a free kick. It's going to go the Cobras' way. Darley thought it was theirs. But it'll be the Cobras with ball in hand.
Huxtable.
And Huxtable again to kick the opening goal of the game. Close up against the boundary line. Mitch Ward just asking the umpire how close he can get to nullify Huxtable running around, but he's going to go with a banana kick. So he goes across the body And across the face, nonetheless, and through for a minor score. So Huxtable with the entire score for the conference at the moment. They're 1-1-7. They lead Darley 2 behind. We've been playing 8 minutes opening term.
I like the transition of football. They were patient, Bacchus, Marsh.
Bewley does all of us a favour. Comes broadcast side. Johnson probably dropped what he should have taken. He did all the hard work. Davis goes to ground. He's bailed up by Cadman. I think of Junkin. Little stiff there. Not a great deal of prior. And Duncan Cadman onto that, well, non-preferred's an understatement. Check that one out. It was a grass cutter. It only went as far as Shea, who rebounded the ball towards half forward. Chance here for Baker. Quick hands, got it to Ward. Came broadcast side to Azapati. Needs to be quick. Got it to Metricardi. Went searching for the brother and missed him. So a nervous start from the two boys from Trentham.
Bit fumbly the Devils at the moment, Todd.
Well, in that instance, I'll give you that. Boundary throw in. Broadcast side centre wing. If at the front, we'll give him that to Baker. So starting to warm into the game nicely. Onto the right boot. Kicked it towards the attacking 50. Chance here for Matricardi. Went forward looking in the direction there of Myers. He can run goal side and run into an open goal. And there's the square up from the Devils as they regain the lead here at Manningley Park. 9 minutes gone. It's Darley 1-2-8 who lead Bacchus Marsh 1-1-7. And if that first 9 minutes is anything to go by, one, we've got a good game on our hands, Fridge, and Myers is going to be a handful forward at centre for the Devils.
Oh, he's going to be a massive handful for any side that he plays against, Todd. He's a class player.
Yeah, cool. Here 100 games for Williamstown, and I reckon he's probably played 6 or 7 games of footy for Darley while he had that part-time affiliation, and unfortunately for the Cobras, he's probably had 3 or 4 against them and arguably been Darley's best on each occasion.
Yeah,
Win, lose or draw.
Yep, no, for sure, 100%.
So we've got a game on here. Darley lead by a point. In 10 minutes gone opening term. The ball up. It'll be Gertz and Impey. The youngster won the tap, found Bewley, fired the hand pass out to Matricardi. Went inside 50. Players set themselves. Ball goes to ground. Ogden was bailed up there by Johnson, who's got every right to be disappointed with himself. That's the second time he's had hands on the footy and spilt one of the fundamentals. Tap won by Johnson, went boundary side. Shea overran it. Chance here for, well, it was meant for Van Lee. Cut off there by Porter. Threw the ball onto the boot. Matthew Brett gathers for the Devils. Short kick. Diving attempt to the mark was dropped there by Bewley. Parente over him. Hand pass gets fired out to Shea. Got another kick. Chance here for Freeman. Turns onto that right boot. Got away from Cousins. The kick was good. Found Craig. He can run onto that right boot. Open forward line. Owen sets himself. So too Tyrrell judging mark. He's got the youngster Nixon all on his own. Deep forward. Can he take the mark? He's got it. What a start for the youngster. And Nixon. The team manager said his name was Isaac Newton before so he must be a smart footballer.
No relation to Bert.
But all Bert who...
well, they call his brother Bert.
So it'll be Nixon to regain or square the ledger here. Shot on goal, missed all and sundry. And through, off to the left for a minor score.
How good was the big fella Tyrrell there, Todd?
Yeah, did well juggling mark. Good start. Scores level here at Manningley Park. 11.5 minutes gone opening term. Apple 98.5 FM, 979 FM Melton. Bringing you all the action, also by the BFNL Matchday streaming service. Kick beyond the defensive 50 was long from Cousins. Ball at ground level. Chance here for Smith by. Fired the hand pass out towards Porter. Bentley overran the footy. It's a hot footy here. Lahure, former Cobra, couldn't gather. Oh, ridden into the back there with Smith by. The umpire said no. And he'll come in and effect the ball up. On half forward, right in front of us here. The Cobras kick to the high school end or scoreboard end in this opening term. They're 1 goal, 2-8. The goal through Huxtable. Lead Darley 1-2. Well, the scores are level. Yeah, Myers with the goal for the Devils. So Joel Cadman, full of confidence, the Cadman family after the debut of Aaron for the GWS Giants last week at the high level. Chance here for Spiteri. Right foot kick, territory kick. Couldn't be kept in by Johnson. More than happy to gather and take it over the line for a boundary throwing and a reset of sorts.
Myers off. Come up for a spell, Toddy.
Yeah, he's earned that. Boundary throw in. Half forward for the Devils. Broadcast side. Angwin grabbed it out of the ruck. Needs to be clean here. Managed to get it out. Fell into the hands of Page, who was Darley's best last week. Grubbery kick. Inside 50. Evelyn sit for Bewley. Pressure for Kavakovic, but Bewley was terrific. Quick hands to Baker on the left boot. Shot at goal goes across the face and out of bounds on the full. And an opportunity here for the Cobras. So it'll be Ogden. Team high 35 disposals last week. Right foot kick to half back. Chance here for the Devils to as a party. Kick was hopeful rather than anything else. And speaking of the Devil, or the Cobra, more to the point, as Ogden switches play to Underwater. He's got Porter. Kick needs to be good. It goes over there to Page. It was good. And go further afield to Smith. Porter's kick let him down. Smith had to wait. Pressure applied by Matt Riccardi. Did well not to infringe. He's under the pump here, Smith. And there'll be a ball up. True centre wing broadcast side. Poor kick from Porter.
The kick was no good, but the young fella, instead of sitting over the foot, he should have been just kicking it off to the ground and just gained some momentum.
Tap one by Gertz, only as far as Spiteri, who was good. Strong. Got the kick to half forward. Bishop was good off a good game last week. 5 the hand pass there towards Cadman. Went forward, Bewley in front. Had a second grab of the mark. Ball was enough from Underwater. Fell to Johnson. Threw the ball onto the boot. Tumbling kick at that. And missed off to the right for a minor score. But enough to give the Devils the lead inside 15 minutes in this opening term. Darley 1-3-9 lead. Bacchus Marsh 1-2-8.
Intensity's fantastic, Todd.
Yeah, loving it. So too the crowd. There's a solid buzz around the ground as Ogden brings the ball back into play. Underwater was infringed there by Angwin, but the umpire let it go. Angwin took the mark, left foot kick to a vacant forward pocket. Pretty ordinary kick at that. Cobras have got numbers here. They should be able to negotiate their way out of trouble here, but the umpire will say, I'll have it. And there'll be a ball up just inside the boundary line, 35 metres around from the Darley goal.
What was that, Angwin? He just kicked it to nothing. Kicked it to the rotunda again.
Oh, the old... Who can forget the rotunda from previous years on Apple? Kick, sharked, out of the congestion. Bewley in the back, couldn't take the mark. Second effort was brilliant. And Bewley gets his first, and Darley second of the afternoon. Well, cream rises to the top, especially in 50-50 situations. And the reigning Henderson medalist doing every bit to honour that. Thanks, Robbie. Don't forget the bottle over there on Labilia Street. Drink responsibly. But it's Darley with the lead here in the local derby. 15 and a half minutes gone. 2-3-15. Goals to Bewley and Myers. While Huxtable has the Cobras' only goal. 15 and a half minutes gone. Darley lead by 7 points. There's the ball up. Gertz won the tap. Looking for Huxtable. Find out the hand pass, but intercepted beautifully there by Impey. Shallow kick inside 50, and reward for playing in front there by Angwin. He's the beneficiary of that clearance from Impey. Encouraging signs there for the youngster. He keeps pushing forward, so got half a decent tech. He's making Gertz work back to the goal square bridge.
He's very quick. He's very mobile for a big boy.
Now, Angwin would have no troubles with the journey kicking out from full back here, but with a bit more pressure on the kick, on a shot on goal, from 55, it's going to take his best. So Angren from 55 wheels onto that left boot. He got plenty of it. How's the journey? The journey is good. Darley get back-to-back goals. 3-3-21. They lead Bacchus Marsh 1 goal, 2-8. 16 and a half minutes gone opening term.
Yes, nice kick off the boot there, Todd. Previous Bacchus Marsh player, but it's just whether they can sustain Darley's overlap and that pressure and continuous running is going to be a major factor in this game.
Yeah, well, Dan Jordan's got 12 months advantage on Williams building structure with his boys. But it's Darley who lead by 13 points, 17-minute mark opening term.
You've got Bewley having 12 possessions in the first 17 minutes.
Spiteri. Fired the hand pass out to Matt Riccardi. Got a touch of the fumbles. Fell back into his hand. Left foot kick to half forward. Johnson dropped another mark. Should have taken that. Ashton Craig threw ball onto the boot. Tumbling one at that. Smith needs to be clean at ground level. Couldn't. And open the door here for the Devils. But a loose ball's gone to ground. The umpire's picked out a free kick. So a let off there for Smith.
His second effort was terrific there, Smith.
So he'll go short to Porter, who we can do. And Mendy's previous disposal on that left. Normally a good kick. Sent it in the Freeman direction and went straight through his hands. He's a chance for Huxtable. Right foot kick, low one at that, and found Owen. And the captain, well, the former captain, can't keep him out of the game. And this will be his first real disposal of the afternoon. It's taking the best part of 18 minutes. And it'll be an important set shot on goal, Fridge.
Huxtable's had some very important touches, Todd, and this will be a valuable goal if he can kick this.
Darley 21, lead Bacchus Marsh 8. Fridge will get a score from around the grounds in a moment. Shot on goal from Owen. Tricky one at that.
Missed everything.
Out of bounds on the full, so a let off for the Devils on that occasion. So Jakey's either got his super boot on or his grandmother's boot. So the ball will come back into play. It'll be Lahure lopes over that awkward kicking style. Gets it beyond the defensive 50. Angwin, second, third grab, couldn't take it. Sharking, it was Denham. Could have been held without of the umpire, let it go. Spiteri, tumbling kick. Van Lee read it well. Better than Jenks. And it's Van Lee. Broadcast centre wing. Squaring kick needs to be good. And it was. And it found Matt Tricardi. Speaking of Riley. Gave it towards Cousins. Elusive left foot kick. Onto the bounce. That was better from Johnson. Lowered the eyes. Went looking there towards Impey. Couldn't find him. Second effort was okay. Lafregi was terrific. Got it to McCreary. Could have caught one high. The umpire let it go. And he says, I'll have it. And there'll be a ball up 49 metres out from the Darley goal. 19 and a half minutes gone opening term here.
Good chase on Owen on Cousins.
Impey's tap only went as far as Huxtable. He's been impressive. Knocked it beyond the Cobras defensive 50. Chance here for the Devils. But the hand pass was shark there by Porter, who went to outer side centre wing. Freeman kept his feet, got rewarded for that. Could have been legged. Umpire called play on. Devils have got numbers here. Smith lends assistance. Did enough to affect some body contact. It'll be just rewarded with a free kick. So, good. Couple of good efforts there from Smith.
Good efforts. Two good efforts from Smith.
Goes to the squaring kick, linking for Tyrrell. But commentators curse. The kick let him down and was well read off the boot by Lahure. Could have been off there. Who went short. Kick was poor. Made it hard for Ankrum. Needed to be good. Ground level hand pass went straight toward. It was swarmed by the Coppers. And there'll be a ball up on the attacking side of centre wing, outer side of the ground. 20 and a half minutes gone opening term. Darley 3-3-21 lead. Bacchus Marsh 1 goal 2-8.
Well, Smith does two good things. Why not challenge the defenders and go kicking long instead of short, Todd?
Ball at ground level. McCreary, rubbery kick, got it to the attacking 50. Porter, Cousins. Now Ward, quick hands. Got it to Young, he went running through the middle. Quick hands, got it over to Van Loo. Spent it before he got it. Second, if it was okay to Impey, it was terrific. Got it over there towards Matt Tricardi, who went to the attacking 50 and found Angwin on his preferred left up against the boundary line. Kick was more like a 10-pin bowling ball than anything else. Myers went for the sweeping hand pass over the top. They're raffling it here, the Devils. Squaring kick mid for Bewley. Made it look better than what it was. Could have been legs. The umpire let it go. Players in from everywhere. Whistle a minute. There'll be a ball up 15 metres out from the Darley goal.
Leg. Holding the man. Could have been anything there, Todd.
Ball up. Good use of the body there by Angwin. But the repeat stoppage, Devils deep into attack.
Mate, they've got to do something with Angwin. Angwin's causing a headache for Bizzle. Bizzle just got nowhere near him at all, Todd.
Gertz won the tap, found Shea. Quick hands, went searching for McCreary. Bailed up by Spiteri. Threw the ball onto the boot. Probably didn't need to do that. And the ball went out of bounds on the full. Right next to the Rotunda Fridge. It's back in play here on Apple 98.5 FM and 979 FM. Matt Tricardi across the body. Misses off to the near side for a minus score. So 22 minutes gone here. Darley 3-4-22 lead Bacchus Marsh 1 goal 2-8. In its only game of football, perfect conditions. Ground's in terrific keeping.
Shut the door.
So it'll be Lafranchi with the right foot boot beyond the defensive 50. Paul kick cut off there by Impey. A nice confidence building mark to the Timmy Trot Ruckman for the Devils. Right foot kick high up and under. Very Ruckman-esque. Ball goes to ground. Who's at ground level? Cadman. Hand past the ball. Then just ricocheted back chance here for Huxtable through traffic. Clearing kick started well. Just went over the head of Owen. Brett dropped what he should have taken. Chance here for a second effort with the tap. Looking there towards Ankrum. Didn't get any purchase on it. Going to the socket there was Gates. Only as far as Young. Terrific there was Shea. Got pushed in the back. And deservedly will receive a free kick. Those two, Shea and Denham, would have played a bit of footy against each other and with each other for all that matter over the journey, Fridge.
For sure. There's many games here at Darley, at Manly Park, Todd.
It gets towards broadcast centre wing. The mark's been taken there by Yates. Right foot kick. Shadow entry inside. 50 players set themselves and went over the head of Porter. Chance here for Matt Triccardi through traffic. Attack there by Craig was terrific. Umpire let it go. Hot footy on in Annecy. Chance award. It went by hands. Good vision. And Matt Triccardi want to be quick because Craig's quick. Couldn't quite get him in the end. Right foot kick. England could have been held. The umpire let it go. Went over his head. Cadman went the socket to the advantage of Denham. He'll want to get onto that left boot. Low left foot kick got to Myers on the bounce. He couldn't gather cleanly before it spills free over the line for a boundary throw in 25 to 30 metres around from the Darley goal.
Geez, they're quick on the fast break, the Devils, Todd. Very, very quick.
You're liking them on the spread, Fred?
On the spread.
Darley 22 lead, Bacchus Marsh 8, 24 minutes gone, opening term. Boundary throw in. Kurtz won the tap. Ball at ground level. Bit of a stacks on the Millbees to a honeypot. You expect a ball up and the umpire let it go. Hurried kick out of the congestion from the Cobras. Got the half back. Cousins was clean. Quick hands got it towards Ward. Took the tackler on. Just got fit. Oh, he was pinged by the umpire. Thought he got a fist on that in fairness, Fridge.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's kept the sling, Todd.
Oh, so a free kick to Baker.
Yep.
Work that one out.
Put a sling.
Left foot kick inside 50. Going to ground there was Angren. He'll get a free kick here. And he'll go back and have a shot on goal. And a chance that he's second. And as you did mention, Fridge, he's been a bit of a handful, the former Cobra.
Yeah, no, the fella that's on him, he's not the right fit for him, but he's probably the only one that they can utilise, Todd. That's the issue.
So it's Trent Angwin with ball in hand. And great to see him out there too.
Yeah, had some medical issues, Todd.
Yeah.
Good on him.
So the Devils will come from everywhere if Angwin can put this one through. Get some separation on the scoreboard. He leans back on the kick. And it goes off to the left. Through for a minor score. So the Devils pressing in the last 5 or 6 minutes, and they haven't really been able to make the Cobras pay, but they extend marginally on the scoreboard. They're 3-5-23. They lead Bacchus Marsh 1-2-8. So it'll be Ogden to bring the ball back into play. He'll come broadcast side. Adler Frankie short. Goes to the long option beyond the defensive 50. Underwater's the target. Couldn't take the mark. Owen from the side couldn't gather. Baker's hands were quick. Got it towards Bewley, who went through traffic. Got it to Young, who found Matt Triccardi. Short kicks good from the Trentham recruit. And he found Joel Cadman, who's got Bailey Young short right on the 50. Up against the boundary line. 15 metres away from the Darley coaches box. So if you ever want to get something right, it's right here. Right in front of the hierarchy. Interesting to see whether Young goes for the set shot on goal or a kick to the top of the square. So from 50, gets plenty of the football. Won't quite get the journey. Will get to the teeth of goal. Kurtz goes the spoil at the back. Impey, if you don't mind, umpire. Something out of nothing from the debutant Ruckman, doing some roving of his own, if you don't mind. And Impey kicks his first, and Darley's fourth of the afternoon.
Kurtz just completely missed the footy there, Todd, and just landed at the feet of Impey. Should have been smashing it through for a behind.
So the 200-centimetre rover got the job done in the end.
Yeah.
With a bit of forward sharking of his own, something Dan Jordan's been looking for the last 12 months.
Yes, he's found one anyway.
And former premiership coach just walking in the eye line, of course, the legendary Dougie Berry.
Oh, Douglas, the best janitor in hospital service.
Darley lead here. Scoreboard says 4-4. I think it's 4-5, 29. Bacchus Marsh 1-2-8. Deep in time on, opening term. Shea's been good. We'll get a free kick out of that centre bounce. Right foot kick lowers the eyes. Darley got numbness here. Well read off the boot by Ankrum. He started well last week. Played on Andrew Hooper. Right foot kick's okay to Denham. He'll just get better the more footy he plays after a long layoff with a knee and retirement and a new club, if you don't mind. Brett normally good by foot. This one, no exception. Found Van Lee, who got it to Matt Riccardi. Right foot kick's been well read off the boot by Shea. Did well. Poor grubbery kick. Well read by Parente. Fired out the hair pass. Missed the target. Missed Gates. It was met by Van Lee, and the ball went over the line for a boundary throw-in.
See, just little fundamental mistakes like that, Todd, cost you. Like should have been clearing that and getting deep inside 50 for the Cobras.
Boundary throw-in. Gertz at the back. Tap. Went looking for Smith by. Dispossessed. Joel Cadman quick hands to Ward. Right foot kick across the body towards the attacking 50. Well shark there by Bishop. Quick hands. Bewley made it hard for him, but he got boot to ball. Grubbery kick. Lafranchi gathered, but then taken to the ground there by Angwin. And the umpire says, I'll have it. There'll be a ball up 40 metres away from the Darley goal.
He's having a picnic, Angwin.
There's the ball up. Tap one by Gertz to Shea, who's been good. Got it to Jenks. Right foot kick towards, well, it was meant for Freeman. Kicked it to the wrong side of him and found Young, who read it well off the boot. And it's Young who'll send the Devils back into attack. Right foot kick inside, shallow entry, inside 50. And there's Gertz. Couldn't quite hang on to the mark for long enough. And the umpires picked out a free kick, and it's going to go Darley's way as the racehorse Ogden was off. But it's going to come back, and it's going to go to Denham, who's warming nicely into this game. So Denham keeps the kick low. Gertz, juggling attempt, intercept mark in front of Myers was effective. And he'll get the Cobras out of trouble. Legs to go short. Kick's okay. Oh, Kavakovic hung on to it for long enough, said the umpire. Gee, Gertz would want to watch those short kicks. I tell you what, Fred's right foot kick's okay to the outer side. Right in front of the rotunda. It's Jenks. Right foot kick. Bound Huxtable. Drop what he should have taken, a youngster. Second effort was okay. Since he got some toe, I don't mind this youngster. We'll forgive him for that error and marking that footy. But just when they look like they're away, the Cobras, they just seem to fumble at the crucial stage.
Seem to be able to nullify him, Todd.
Here's the ball up. Tap one by, well, we'll give that to Impey. And the second one to Gertz. Ground level ball. Shea under the pack, as he has been for 250 games of the Cobras. And there'll be a repeat ball up. Deep in time on opening term here. Chance here for Van Lee. Could have been into the back of his opponent, but the umpire said no. Going the soccer off the ground there was Bewley. Fell only as far as Shea. Quick hands from Jenks. Goes boundary side was okay. Right foot kick along the wing. On the target. Got two to beat. Had front position. Brought the ball to ground. Huxtable was tackled. Pinged and taken to the ground. And the umpire says holding the ball. And it'll be Cousins with ball in hand.
It's amazing Huxtable can't get a game with the Rebels at talent league level, Todd. But it just mystifies me.
So Cousins goes in the Angler direction. The ball at the back from Bissell was good on that occasion. Quick hands. Cat fell into the hands of Page. Tumbling old torpedo punt kick. Shallow entry inside 50. It's going to be a free kick every day of the week to the Cobras there, and it'll be Gates who put his head over the football, but just for rewarded. And he'll play on and go outer side of the ground. Right foot kick. Goes into the Craig direction. Cousins at the back. Found a bit of touch and knocked it over the line for a boundary throw-in. Near half forward outer side of the ground for the Devils. And they lead by 21 points. 31 and a half minutes gone. Opening turn. There's the throw-in. Impey. Well, the umpire's going to ask for a reset there. And asked to throw that back into play. So after the Cobras kicked the opening goal of the game, Darley had kicked 4 unanswered. Tap one by Impey to ground. Page dispossessed. Chance here for Van Lee, who ran through traffic a little bit too easy for mine. Right foot kick put Cadman under the pump. Couldn't take the mark. Second effort okay. Pressure from Ogden from the Cobras was good. Throw into the hands of Baker. Searching hand pass. Went looking for Bewley. Bounced kindly. Went for the hand pass over the top towards Bishop. Squaring kick. Meant there towards Fatiri. Missed him by a mile, but somehow he's back into the field of play. Baker went crashing through the tackle. Got the hand pass to Azapati. Over to Fatiri. Goal. Too easy. And the Devils get their fifth. Well, that was just relentless from the Devils. Just that willingness to, well, work rate really. And Baker was one of the instigators of that because he pretty much started that contested ball chain and ended up with another one of his own to basically keep the ball in the Devils' favour as the Cobras looked like they were a chance to repel, but unable to do so. Darley get their fifth of the afternoon. They're 5-5-35. They lead Bacchus Marsh 1-2-8. Here, 33 minutes gone opening term.
Once again, Todd, just fundamental mistakes. Like Xavier Jenks there, just went that tap with the hand. Hit the ball and hit it hard. Clear it. Give yourself a chance. Gain some territory.
Gertz went looking for Shea. Couldn't find him. Pack of players around the football. Baker, one of those. The umpire says, I'll have it, and there'll be a ball up. So Bewley, Baker working into the game nicely.
They haven't gotten to sleep, these timekeepers, have they?
There's the ball up. Speak of the Devil, Baker, find out yet another hand pass. He's certainly had more hand passes than kicks at the moment today. Right foot kick there from Ankrum across to half forward was good. Operente was terrific, but as a party kept his feet. Pressure from Gates. Somehow as a party got hand to ball. Here come the reinforcements. Matricati somehow got behind about the pick up. Bewley, all class, got it to as a party. Lowered the eyes. Dropping what he should have taken was Johnson, but his kick across the body will make up for it if you don't mind. And Johnson becomes the sixth Devils goal kicker of the term. 34 minutes gone. It's Darley 6-5-41 who lead the Cobras 1-2-8.
Once again, sheer weight of numbers, Todd. They just run in packs, they run in droves. There's plenty of support around the footy. You're never ever going to beat them when they've got that many numbers around the footy.
Just when they're getting that bit of flow and that momentum, the Devils. There's one number 11 who hasn't had much influence forward of centre for the Cobras. Maybe just a 10-minute spell behind the ball just to settle the ship before the quarter-time break might have been an option for the Cobras. Back in the middle of the ground. Goats went searching for a Huxtable who overran at its speed. Allowed Page together. Sent the ball to half forward. They're up and about here, the Devils. Cadman's crick across the body. Will it sit for Bishop? It does. Gives the hair pass over to Matricati. Further on board towards Angwin. Surely not another one. Across the face. And through for a minor score. Gee, it's a roller coaster, but this one's just all downhill, Fridge.
Yeah, no, it's the chain of handballs and the connection with their teammates is fantastic, Todd.
Short kick in from defence is effective and found Kovacevic. Fennick in this opening term's gone longer than an episode of Neighbours. I do like that one. And the ball. Well, that'll suit the Devils down to a T. It'll be the Cobras wanting a quarter-time siren, you'd think. Empey was terrific. Got hand to ball. Baker gathered cleanly. Went by hand yet again. He's had plenty of it. Got it to Ward. There was a lazy hand pass in the end. He was more worried about the Cobra opponent. Fell into the hands of Owen. Chance here for Huxtable. Pressure good. Smith ran onto the ball. Can he keep it in play? He does to Owen. 50 metres out. Top of the square. Players set themselves. Freeman couldn't take the mark. Devils have got numbers, but the umpires picked out a free kick. And it's going to go to Freeman. 15 metres out from goal. Almost directly in front. So somewhat obstructed there by the Devils' defence. They'll be disappointed with that.
And give 50.
Well, a bit of deja vu. We saw that last year, Fridge, as Freeman gets his first of the afternoon. With a tick over 36 minutes gone in this opening term.
Sure they're not playing 2 quarters in one.
We've got a couple of soccer timekeepers.
Surely the timekeepers aren't watching 60 minutes and taking an hour and 20 minutes to watch it.
1 minute. 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go until we reach May. May Day. 6-5-41, Darley lead Bacchus Marsh 2-2-14. Tick under 3.5 days gone in this opening term.
The sun's about to set.
37 minutes, turn the lights on, give us a yellow footy. It's a local derby. Ball up, tap one by Gertz. It just went straight up in the air towards McCreary. Nixon missed the ball with his foot. Couldn't gain any ascendancy away from the clearance. Allowed the Devils back in. They've been ferocious at ground ball. Ball fires out to Cousins, normally clean, under pressure from Craig. He's into a racehorse of his own. Got it to Ward. Kick over to Ward's. Cadman could have been pushed. The umpire let it go. Smith caught over the ball. Managed to dispose of it effectively. Ball ushered back. They just keep pushing it forward as Page gathered and sent the Devils into attack. Johnson, the target. But there's that man we said that should get behind the ball. The number 11, J.O., if you don't mind.
Give the commentator away. Try to get coaching, son.
And Owen on the last line of defence. He might be listening. That's the earphones he's got in over there in the coach's box. The ball got to half-back. Coates presented. Right foot kick to an open half-forward line. Where's Owen when you need him? It went off the hands of Freeman and over the line and out of bounds.
He's in the rotunda now.
38 minutes gone. Opening term here. 6-5-41. Darley lead Bacchus Marsh 2-2-14. Entertaining game of football on and off the field this afternoon. Boundary throw-in. It'll be Gertz and Ippy at the back. Ippy's been good.
Oh, thank God for that.
No better than that siren, I tell you. 38 and a half minutes gone that went. Welcome back, Gordy Closter. 6-5-41 Darley. Lead Bacchus Marsh 2-2-14. 27-point lead to the travelling Devils in this Anzac Day edition of the local derby. A break, a breath, and back with the second quarter action in about 5 minutes' time.
That quarter was proudly sponsored by Anytime Fitness, 72 Bennett Street, Bacchus Marsh. Mention BFL Game Day on Apple 98.5 FM to receive 50% off your joining fee, plus a free towel and water bottle.
This broadcast of BFL Game Day is proudly sponsored by Western Screens, Blinds and Awnings, 35A Griffith Street, Bacchus Marsh. Phone 5370-1478.
Rustel Proprietary Limited. Phone 0419 568 635. Stop for quality and service for your side cut. Phone the top man Graham Gillespie at Rustel for prompt and expert service. Proud sponsor Apple 98.5 FM.
Stockdale and Lego means real estate because your success is our business. Take a look at our station sponsor website, www.stockdaleandlego.com/Bacchus Marsh, and like our Facebook page to keep up to date with new listings, open for inspections and rental availabilities. Stockdale and Lego, we are here for you. Proud sponsor of Apple 98.5 FM.
I want you to inspire me, and I want to inspire you this football season with our high-quality, locally grown meat. Hop online or give us a call on 5368 117 or come in store and we will deliver to you free of charge this football season. Proud sponsors of this station, the Land Local Butcher.
Apple 98.5 FM, connecting you to your community.
Welcome back to Manningley Park. It's quarter time here. It's Darley 6-6-42. I imagine the goal umpires have waved that all clear. And Bacchus Marsh 2-2-14. 28-point advantage to the Devils. No breeze to speak of. Fridge, you've got some scores from around the grounds.
East Point 68, Melton South 13, North Ballarat 10 to Redan 19, Sunbury 6 to Melton 42. No score in the Ballarat Lake Wendouree at the moment. The blimp hasn't arrived there.
Rightio. Well, we've got a game on here. Well, the longer the game went, the more the Devils were just cleaner, Fridge, and just a couple of stats from that opening quarter. Inside 50s, Darley 18, Bacchus Marsh 7. Centre clearances, Darley 6, Bacchus Marsh 1, and the free kicks, Bacchus Marsh 4, Darley 3. So umpires letting it go, which is which is great, and that's what we want to see in local footy. And perfect conditions for football, not a breath of wind, and a most entertaining opening quarter. Fridge, you got the goal scorers.
For the Marsh, Huxtable with one and John Freeman with one. And singles for the Devils, Angren, Bewley, Spiteri, Myers, Johnson and Impey.
Yeah, the Cobras with the first and last goals of that term. The Devils kicked 6 unanswered and it was looking like how far, but Freeman with a free kick from point blank range was able to convert, but both sides missed some chances. So, well, we indicate that there's not a great deal of breeze to speak of. It might be a little bit swirly out there because a couple of them have gone across the face.
Yeah, but I'd say the first 15 minutes of that quarter, Williams would have been stoked with Bacchus Marsh's effort because they really took it up to the Devils, and all of a sudden, the old faithful Baker, Bewley, they just started to connect, and then the run from Young and the overlap and the fast footy, and they were off and gone. Todd?
Yeah, I was impressed with the youngster Impey in the ruck. He's competing well against Gertz, and an opening quarter goal that would have put a smile on Coach Dan Jordan, who's put the faith in him today up against it. With Gertz, of course, on the back of a 67 hit-outs last week. It's been an even battle in the ruck.
Yeah, no, and look, they're probably 50-50 at this point of time. Probably Impey might have the honours with that one goal, Todd, because I reckon Gertz give it to him because he should have been clearing it through for a behind.
He tapped it straight through, straight to his opposition.
You said here, Luke.
Ruxman. Well, Darley won the toss and kicked with, to the railway end of that opening term. And Huxtable started like a bullet again. He looked all set for, one hand on the Bacchus Marsh Golf Club Player of the Day for the Cobras. Of course, we've got 2 today, one for the Devils and one for the Cobras. But, and Fridge, you'll be able to adjudicate that this afternoon. But encouraging signs, especially from Huxtable. And, of course, your young bloke continues to present well. But for me, Jake Owen needs to get a bit more into the game.
Yeah, no, you made the call, and it was at the 26-minute mark of the quarter with regards to Jake going in defence, and probably should have gone there probably 5 minutes earlier, Todd, when they actually scored. They kicked 3 or 4 goals in that period of time. Now, throwing him down there would have added some stability for them and a bit of direction. But unfortunately, you can't rob Peter to pay Paul, and that's the situation here with Jason Williams, what he's got in front of him.
Well, there's no mistake where Owen's lining up in this head of this second term. He's gone behind the ball. So McCreary, who too started well. Shea has been very busy. Well, midfielders from both sides have had a bit of it in between the arcs here, as often is the case here at Mattingly Park.
I think, the Cobras a little bit more two-way running with their, half forwards and their half backs, getting up, their half forwards getting up the ground and helping out their defender mates. Just not doing that enough. Where Darley connect, they're there for each other. There's going to be someone behind the footy. There's always a handball that comes out, and then the overlap starts, and then they're off and gone, Todd.
All right, a break, and we'll be back with the second quarter action in 30 seconds' time.
This broadcast of BFL Game Day is proudly sponsored by Western Screens, Blinds and Awnings, 35A Griffith Street, Bacchus Marsh. Phone 5370 1478.
This quarter is proudly sponsored by Anytime Fitness, 72 Bennett Street, Bacchus Marsh. Mention BFL Game Day on Apple 98.5 FM to receive 50% off your joining fee, plus a free towel and water bottle.
Discover your community on Apple 98.5 FM.
Welcome back ahead of the second quarter action here at Mattingly Park. It's Darley 6-5-41 who lead the Cobras 2-2-14.
I hope there's some chance of giving a no dose to these timekeepers.
There's the ball up, tap one by Gertz at ground level. McCreary ran straight past the football, didn't impact the contest, fell into the hands of Gertz. An all-important shallow forward 50 entry here for the Cobras. Can they make the most of it? Hand pass fight out there by Smith was knocked away by Cadman, only as far as Shea. Hurry kick across the body from Parente was smothered. Chance here for the Devils through Joel Cabby. Got it to Baker, just kicked it into the into the shoulder of Gertz. Chance here for the Cobras, no, but because it falls into the hands of Bewley. Want to be quick. Always looks like he's got plenty of time. Left foot kick into the middle of the ground, and Van Lee took a nice overhead mark. Wasted no time. Kicked it out in front of the dual club best and fairest and former captain there in Page. It concedes ground by hand to Cadman. Fired the hand pass over the top there towards Empey. High up and under kick. Bishop in front. Took the mark, but there's a free kick anyway. And the advantage has been paid, and Angwin ran into an open goal and kicked his second, if you don't mind. A tick over 1 minute into this second term here at Mattingly Park. So just as quickly as the ball went inside 50 for the Cobras, albeit a shallow entry, back it came, and within 30 seconds, the Devils have got there first in the second quarter.
When the Cobras look like getting out, there's always a hand or a smother that, sort of falls everything for them, and then the Devils get it and they just clear, and then off they're gone. They're off to the races straight away, Todd.
7-5-47, Darley. Lead Bacchus Marsh 2-2-14. Good job going running the scoreboard here, surely, Fred, wouldn't he? They'll be getting paid more than we are.
I'll tell you, where's Chum? There he is. Just rocked up.
Oh, there he is. The chummer. Just not sure how old he is.
He's a legend.
There he is. So Melton off to a flyer against Sunbury, 7-1 if you don't mind.
Well, I always said slow start of Sunbury, but Hodgson reckons they were fantastic in the first half last week.
Back in the middle of the ground here, it's Gertz and Empey. Empey with that forward 50 kick, but it was tapped out on this occasion by Gertz to Shea. Pressure on the football was got by Young. Kept his feet. Hand pass to Azapati. Right foot kick. 2-on-1 here. Will it stay inside the boundary line? It won't. And lucky there for Jabarkovic as Cadman and Page were in hot pursuit. Boundary line beat them all. There'll be a boundary throw in on the attacking side of centre wing, outer side of the ground for the Cobras. Here's the throw in. Empey was terrific again. Second effort was even better. Hand pass to Page. Got it to Bewley. Hand pass further afield. Got it to Van Lee. Squaring kick lower the eyes was smothered.
Should have been a free kick.
Been leg. But the umpire said no. And there'll be a ball up. True centre wing, outer side of the ground. 3 minutes gone. So they've had 2 minutes to update that goal on the Darley scoreline. Umpire's picked out a free kick here. From that stoppage, it's going to go Darley's way. We'll go to Cadman, who went short to Baker. Had a good opening term. Quick hands to Brett. Right foot kick, normally good by foot. Angwin the target. Owen missed it with the fist. An opportunity here for Angwin, the big fella at ground level. Can he shovel it out? He can't. Cobras wanting hold of the ball.
He's going to pay it.
And he honoured the call. And the umpire penalises Angwin. The free kick will go to Underwater, who played on by hand to Ogden. Further afield to Huxtable. This kick needs to be good. It went back to Underwater. Right foot kick broadcast side towards McCreary. Took an uncontested mark. Plays on. Right foot kick's okay to Porter. Now this is the kick. This is the kick that concerns me with the Cobras. And it's not about Porter, it's just about the Cobras in general. The kick off half back goes along the line to a 2-on-1. Craig at the back sets himself. Cousins did the sharking and they're away. There we go, Fridge. Cousins found Cadman. Been good. Right foot kick into the middle of the ground to Page, who's starting to warm into the game nicely. Right foot kick found Bewley 65 metres out from goal. Lowers the eyes. Kick was okay and found Young, who marked 50 metres out from goal. 4.5 minutes gone. Darley, 7-5-47. Lead Bacchus Marsh, 2-2-14. They might have ducked over to get those no-dos to update that scoreboard. So it'll be Young from 50. This will test him. Footscray, VFL listed play. Got plenty of it as the accuracy. It's not bad. Good kick, but just off to the right.
Just to the right, Toddy.
7 goals, 5 now. Well, 7-6, Darley. 48. Lead Bacchus Marsh 2-2-14. Kicking from defence was good to Huxtable, who found Ogden. And away he went. Right foot kick along the line. Players set themselves. Tyrrell couldn't take the mark. It was Impey at the back, went to Lahure, and then Impey said, well, I'll just clean up your fumbles there, Zane. And he tumbled the kick towards half forward. Spiteri was terrific, but momentum just carried him over the line, and there'll be a boundary throw in. Broadcast side half forward for the Devils. So Angwin, with the only goal of this second term, been playing 5.5 minutes. Boundary throw in. McCreary gathered, through ball to boot. Effective in the end to Smith by, who just threw the ball onto the bit, through the middle of the ground, hope for more than anything else. Parente knocked at the advantage of Jella. He was just knocked off the footy. Umpires picked out a free kick. It's going to go the Cobra's way. It's going to go against Lahure. And it will go to Parente, who will go short to McCreary, who's unmanned. Can run to 60. Lowers the eyes. Kick. Cut off. Who's a chance here for Freeman? He can go to soccer. Doesn't get near him as players come from everywhere to affect the ball up. Some 8 or 9 metres out from the Cobra goal. So, near 6.5 minutes gone in this second term. Darley with the only goal. There'll be a ball up. Chance here, deep into attack for the Cobras. Tap one by Impey. Went searching for the boundary, couldn't find it. Cousins is bailed up by Nixon. And the umpire says, I'll have it, and there'll be a ball up. Plenty of youth represented for both sides today. And that tap from that stoppage found touch over the line for a boundary throw-in. So, not one player in Darley's half of the ground. Some 20 or more around this stoppage. There's a boundary throw-in. Chance here for Shea. Went diving forward, wanted the free for in the back. The umpire let it go. Trying to shovel the ball out, he can't. And there'll be a ball up. 35 metres out from the Cobra goal. So it'll be Tyrrell and Myers. Myers won that tap only as far as McCreary. Right foot kick across the body, high up and under kick. Is off to the right. And out of bounds on the full. Matty Brett in a more familiar role on the last line of defence. Kick was terrific. Got it to Cadman. Went further afield towards Page, who marked. I think good Page. On half back, just inside the boundary line. Right foot kick, lowers the eyes to Lahure. So they're not in a rush here, the Devils. They're quite happy to just hang onto the football for a minute or so. Right foot kick goes along the line. Gert sets himself, couldn't take the mark. Quick hands was good there from Impey. And away here go the Devils. Right foot kick goes deep into attack. Myers with strength. Oh, he's given away a free kick. Free kick to the Cobras. They'll come broadcast side. Hurried kick. Was okay in the end. Craig hit the ground running. Went into the middle of the ground. Missed the target. The gather from Cadman was good. So too was the tackle from Shea. Been pinged. Cadman can't believe it. It was like waking up on Christmas morning with no presents under the tree.
Two strides and...
So Ogden with ball in hand. Kavakovic wanted the ball back. He was ignored and Ray Leaf grabbed the ball. Hurried kick to half forward. Found Matricati on his left. Considered up for Myers. How will he go this time? Oh, nearly got it on the second grab. Umpire called play on. Myers kept his feet. Tackled, taken to the ground. And the umpire says, I'll have it. He'll ball it up 20 metres away from the Darley goal. 45-degree angle. And a bit of field creeping into this game. It's the Devils who lead by 34 points.
Bit stiff there, Myers. I got chop of the arms, Toddy.
Top of the arms. Might be a butcher, that Cobra defender there, but chance here for Matricati. Tried to keep it in, searching for Johnson, found him, but he was outside the perimeter. And there'll be a boundary throw in 35 metres around from the Darley goal. Throw in. Gertz in front. Won the tap. Johnson's use of the body was good. Just kind of retarded him somewhat, but it still fell into the hands of Smith. Kick across the body. Got the Cobras out of trouble momentarily. Parente was clean. Kick across the body from Gates.
No
territory kick. 2-on-1 here.
I've done a good job. Well done, son.
And it was Della in the end. We just said, well done, son. He does look a little bit like your son.
No, it wasn't just... Oh.
You've got to tell us something we don't know, Freak. Boundary throw-in on half forward, broadcast side. 10 minutes gone, second term. Bit of a stalemate of sorts. After that only goal of Angwin in this second term. Through traffic goes Young. Gertz, tackled, taken to the ground. Effectively there by Impey. I've got Impey and Darley's best at the moment, Fridge.
Going good. Going really good.
Conceding a lot of experience. Gertz won that tap. Second effort from Impey was good again. Knocked it 5 or 6 metres Darley's way, but only as far as Porter. Went with the non-preferred to the attacking 50. And the umpires picked that a free kick. It'll go to Ankrum. Ignored Ward. Went to the outer side and found Matty Brett, who dropped what he should have taken, but the racehorse has a party, just didn't break stride, threw it onto the right boot, went looking for Johnson, he got 2 to beat. Numbers prevail. It's Davis at the back. All he needs to do is be clean here. Right foot kick comes back, but he's turned the ball over. And it'll be the Devils. Looks like Spiteri with ball in hand. Wasted no time. Right foot kick goes into the Myers direction. Couldn't take the mark. Courageous was Owen in front.
Paid the mark.
Stood his ground. And was paid the mark at the end. Go laterally towards Nixon was okay. Got it over towards Kabarkovic. Took a bounce, ran beyond the defensive 50. Right foot kick went through the hands of Angwin. Nearly another turnover for the Cobras. They're not doing themselves any favours as Cousins shovels the ball out. McCreary was clean, then tackled, taken to the ground there by Young. Umpire made some indication as to whatever that was. No one understood it, but they kept playing on. Chance here for Young. Quick hands over the top to Catron. 55 metres out. Lowers the eyes. Angwin was the bend, couldn't gather. Momentum carried him forward. Huxtable was good and pushed. And the youngster will get another possession on the defensive 50 for the Cobras.
Been terrific, Todd.
So told to play on. He'll come broadcast side. Gertz the target, Page in front. Couldn't take the mark. Ended up landing on Cousins' head as he tunnels the ball through to Page. Went searching for Cadman. And Ashton Craig got a hand on the ball and went over the line for a boundary throwing. Attacking side of centre wing, broadcast side of the ground. It's Darley 7-6-48 who lead Bacchus Marsh 2-2-14.
Working really, really hard, Huxtable. Covering a lot of territory.
Angwin with a clever tap to Denham. Went searching by the left boot towards Joel Cadman. Could have been held without it. Somehow the umpire called play on. Fell into the hands of Nixon. Gave the hand pass over towards Bissell. Was underwater. Look, he looked like he was swimming underwater there for a moment, but he managed to get boot the ball and found Smith. So Smith on half back. Will go along the line. That'll suit the Devils. Oh, Cousins nearly took a nice ripper there. Craig knocked it to his own advantage. He's a bit of a racehorse, but he overran the football. Darley got numbers. Young will try and keep it in. He can't. Preston from Gates saw it over the line for a boundary throw-in. Right in front of the Darley coach's box. 13 minutes gone, second term. Darley 48, lead Bacchus Marsh 14. Probably be hoping there's a breeze over there at the Clark Oval. We'll get an update score in a minute. Boundary throw in Angwin. Grabbed it out of the ruck. He's been good today. Ball at ground level. Chucked there by Craig. Tackle was good there from Cousins. Nullified the kick. Shallow entry inside 50 here for the Cobras. And the umpires picked out a free kick. It's going to go Darley's way. It'll go to Mitch Ward. So he's looking more and more comfortable at the level, Ward, with every game he plays. Right foot kick goes along the line. Cadman couldn't take the mark. Myers stood up and then taken over the ground there by Underwater. And the umpire says, I'll have it, and there'll be a ball up. Darley 48, lead Bacchus Marsh 14. Near 14 minutes gone, second term here. Tap won by Gertz. Shark there by Spiteri. Fell fortuitously into the hands of Brett. Tumbling kick. Darley, the Cobras have got numbers. Owen is one of those. Squaring kick was good, and Van Ogden to play on. Gave it over towards Jenks. Normally good by foot. Kick doesn't let him down. Found Porter. Defensive side. About a centre wing for the Cobras. Left foot kick. That's a ripper.
Oh, no.
Target. Took his eyes off it. Chance here for Cadman to do the mopping up. And they're going to be away here through Young. Right foot kick lowers the eyes. Good stretch there from Davis. Kept the Cobras in play. But the follow-up work from Young was terrific. And they're away again here. Cadman's hand pass was there, and Ogden did the intercepting. Bit of toing and throwing here before Duncan Cadman's kick is smothered and spoiled over the line for a boundary throw-in. Attacking side of centre wing for the Devils, outer side of the ground.
I don't mind the look of Ogden, Todd. You know, he tries to take the game on and try and breaks the lines, but They've got a lot up forward to kick to at the moment.
Boundary throw in, we'll give that one to Gertz. Ball at ground level, chance of McCreary, kept his feet, did well, searching hand pass meant for Craig, missed him, fell into the hands of Angwin. Onto that left boot, high up and under kick, Bewley sets himself, punched away there by Bissell, Shark terrifically there by Bishop, got it to Johnson, shot on goal, missed ball. Everything, no composure. So when you're a deep forward pocket player, you just need to just make a little bit more of those opportunities. But he was errant on that occasion. They did plenty right there, the Devils, in that forward 50 entry. Yep. It's Darley 7-6-48, who lead Bacchus Marsh 2-2-14. 15 and a half minutes gone in this second term. So it'll be Owen who goes short and wide. Well, laterally to Ogden, who's on the last line of defence. So I'd be trying to get Ogden up the ground, half-back or wing, just so he can utilise that speed. So the right foot kick goes beyond the defensive 50. Chance here for the Cobras for Smith, who marks on the defensive 50, right in front of us. Broadcast side, high up and under kick. Devils have got numbers, Page in front. Really a poor kick in the end. So Page,
look at him lining up
they
here.
can raffle it here. Matricati takes the option and switches play. They're good on the switch here, the Devils. Mark taken there by Azapati. Right foot kick towards Matricati. 75 metres out. Lowers the eyes and found Johnson. He's been clean on this occasion. Took a mark 50 metres out from goal. Waste no time. Kicks it to the top of the square. Darley have got numbers. Angwin's one of them. So too's Bewley. And that Bewley's taken the mark. And he'll go back and have a shot on goal. 15 metres out directly in front. So just got enough body or ball there from the Cobras. But a player of Bewley's ilk, it's easier said than done, Fridge.
Yeah, correct. But the way they move the footy, there's just absolutely no pressure whatsoever on them, Todd.
So Bewley gives the goal umpire's hat, Winburn to goal. Darley get their 8 and some separation on the scoreboard. They're 8-6-54. They lead Bacchus Marsh 2-2-14. There's 17 and a half minutes gone second term. So Bewley and Angwin, the leading goal scorers for the Devils, they have 2 apiece. One each to Spiteri, Myers, Johnson and Imping. Whilst for the Cobras, both in the opening term, the first and last goals of that quarter, Huxtable and Freeman. Fridge.
Yeah, look, it's just weighted numbers with Darley, Todd. They've got so many numbers around the footy, and you know, like the Devils just keep breaking. The Cobras just keep breaking down at half forward. It's just no one to kick to.
Impey was the fly, got it to Baker. As soon as he presented, he was tackled and taken to the ground. The umpire says, "I'll have it." There'll be a ball up. So repeat stoppage, won by Impey. Baker could have been held without it. The umpire just didn't see it, let it go. And there'll be a repeat stoppage, attacking side of the middle of the ground for the Devils.
There you go, just fundamental mistakes. McCreary over the ball, can't pick the footy up. Not clean enough.
Need to be cleaned around, congested. Impey again, been terrific. Through traffic, goes Matt Riccardi. I like him. Right foot kick, shallow entry inside 50, cut off there by Kovacevic. Gave it to the racehorse Ogden. Now you can see what he can do if he's further up the ground as they combine to Nixon. Right foot kick's terrific, and Freeman took a nice overhead contested mark. Players rush forward. Gertz is forward. He'll set himself, but it won't quite get to him. Craig at the back couldn't take the mark. Cousins was at the front. Good defence from the Devils to negate any. Well, Cobra's having it on their own terms, and it'll be a ball up 20 metres out from the Cobra goal. Darley lead by 40 points. 19 minutes gone. Kick out of the congestion from Cadman. Umpires picked out a free kick over the shoulder. It's going to go Darley's way. And it'll go to Lahure. Wanting 50 for Gertz, just having a nap in front of Lahure, but they switch play. Well, laterally, really. Switch is a bit of a generous turn. They didn't really gain any forward territory there. As a party to target, the spoil from LaFranchi. Well, he marked his own spoil, so you've got to pay the mark. So LaFranchi goes short, just went over the outreach hands of Denham, but that wouldn't be hard as McCreary gathered and had a shot on goal, but across the face, and Freeman's got it. And the youngster, who showed plenty of promise in the infancy of his senior career, will go back and have a shot on goal. He'll have to kick across the body from an acute angle. And you just about back him in from here, Fridge. They just kick lots of those balls across the body at training at that elite level. It's just peas in a pod. 54 plays 20. Freeman gets his second. And the Cobras get their third. 3-2-20 they are. They trail Darley 8-6-54. 20 minutes gone, second term.
Well, I think the Devils defenders thought, well, it's just going to go through for a behind and we'll just sit here and watch, and Joel's just put his arms up and taking the mark.
Well, he's not a small man, Joel. He might be the best part of 195. Billy Myers comes off for a spell. So they're just staying in touch. 2 goals to 1 this term, the Cobras. Ball up. Smacked there by Impey. Good as a kick. Got it to half forward. Ball at ground level. Losing his footing there was Baker. Had to find the hand pass out before he was tackled. Only went as far as Ogden. Good pressure on the ball from both sides. And that was the youngster again. It was Davis on that occasion. So it'll be Impey in the ruck. Got it to ground. Only as far as Bewley. His kick was interrupted or intercepted there by McCreary. He sent the ball to half forward. Young went to the voice of Ankrum, found him. Some good agility shown there by Ankrum. He got it to Denham, who just ran around McCreary, who went towards the player, kicking towards the attacking 50. Good contest there from Angwin. Had 2 to beat, got it to ground, but Ogden did the sharking. Players set themselves. Gates couldn't take the mark. Bewley was courageous. Quick answer, Matt Riccardi went inboard to Young. Shea, the tackler from behind. Good team lifting stuff. The bump from Baker was good on Kavakovic, but he managed to get boot to ball. Gates got a favourable bounce. Kept running. Right foot kick, Gertz the target. Took a contested mark on Matty Red. So the man buns going head-to-head there. Right foot kick. Inside 50. Good spoil. At the back. Off Bissell was good from Cousins. Ball at ground level. Umpires picked out a free kick here for a throw. And it's going to go Darley's way. They'll go to Matthew Brett. So Matty Brett with ball in hand.
Well, seriously, Gertz, you can kick 50 metres. Just try and get to the top of the square.
High up and under kick. You'll back Bewley against McCreary here, but
John,
the ladder got it done. He just went to ground there, Bewley. Just retarded himself. Freeman couldn't quite get it cleanly. And the Devils, well, the kick from Lahure was smothered. Fell out towards the direction of Cousins, and be happy to rush it over the line for a boundary throw-in. So the Cobras pressing in the last few minutes, encouraging signs for the loyal and faithful who are here today. They trail by 34 points. Near 23 minutes gone, second term here. Boundary throw-in. So it'll be Gertz in front. Impey at the front. Won that tap. Kick from Denham fell into the hands of Young, who got it to Bewley, who wheeled onto that left boot. Excellent exponent of the drop punt. Well read there by Bishop. Played on, wastes no time. That's a poor kick. Forgot he was playing for the Devils. He was reminded of when he was playing for the Cobras, because he hit underwater laces out. He went into the middle of the ground and found Tyrrell, who went by hand towards Davis. That's a poor kick. Where's the Benny Hill music? So it'll be Denham, who's working into the game nicely. Short kick to Azapati. Hand pass, all put Bishop under the pump. Had to be quick by hand. Young received the hand pass, right foot kick. Out in the Page direction. Now let's sit it for him underwater. He goes there too.
Free kick.
Yeah, he's done well there, the defender. And underwater, we'll go back and have a chance to get the Cobras seemingly out of defence momentarily. A poor kick though. Bishop, chance to do the mobbing up. Quick hands, got it to Page. Back to Bishop. Lower the eyes. Angling the target. Got to him on the bounce. The pressure was terrific. But it was a clearing kick there from, might have been Tyrrell. Only got it towards half forward for the Devils. Cut off by Cadman. Right foot kick. Young was strong over the ball. And took a nice overhead mark. 49 metres out from goal.
Just the sheer weight of numbers, Todd, just continuously with the Devils. They just keep pounding it back at you, pounding it, and they're just under so much pressure when they clear it.
The Cobras just seem to be lacking in just a +1 around the contest, don't they?
Yeah.
Just to get that, that composed hand pass, or just rather than just that hurried everything. So Young from 50. Set sail for the Judds. How's this one? Will it get the journey? It'll get to the teeth of goal. Off hands and through for a minor score. So Darley 8-7-55. Lead Bacchus Marsh 3-2-20. 35-point lead. They negotiate out of defence. The ball ends up into the hands of Huxtable. He's kicked beautifully, smothered by Cousins. Second effort was terrific there from Huxtable. One gather got it to Kavakovic, who did well. Can he keep it in play? I think he might. Showed the unlikely. Couldn't quite take the mark. Ward, tackle bailed up there by Parente. And the umpire says, I'll have it. There'll be a boundary throw-in. True centre wing broadcast side right in front of us. Feeling if I can cast a fishing line in here and land a hook on some of these blokes from where we're at. 25 and a half minutes gone. Darley lead by 35 points in this second term. Empty with the second tap. Through traffic goes Nixon. Had to go by hand. And then to the fist of Empty. Knocked it about 15 metres towards Joel Cadman. Got it to Page, to Cousins. Normally good by foot this time. Well, Devils have got numbers. But they seem to make a meal of that, really. And there'll be a ball up some 40 metres out from the Darley goal.
Been very lucky on a couple of occasions, the Cobras. Just a little bit of fumbling by the Devils, or else it could be a little bit more ugly there, Todd.
So Empty won that tap. Shark there by Smith by. And then the errant kick's gone towards the boundary line. How will the umpire indicate? He's paid deliberate.
Seriously, what do you want to be seen? Seriously.
Well, it was a pretty ordinary kick.
Todd.
Well, they would have kept rolling into the tennis club. That's how errant it was. And the goals are at the high school end and the railway end. As Cousins gathers on half forward. Low left foot kick. Angle to the back. Couldn't take the mark. Arm was terrific. Brought ball to ground. And Lafranchi will run away and go to the outer side. That's a good kick from the captain. And got it to Porter. Waste no time. That's an even better kick. Squaring kick into the middle of the ground. Went to Parente. Made the kick look better than what it was from Bissell. Further, they got numbers here. They got Huxtable and Craig. The ladder. Oh, nice bit of work there by Craig. How will he use the football? Well, it's a high up and under kick. Darley got numbers here. They'll take an uncontested mark. They'll get out of trouble through Cousins. He's just kept running. Kick let him down. And Craig's got a second opportunity to make amends. Switch. That's a better kick. To Gertz in the middle of the ground. He didn't know whether to stay or go. So he went the former. He'll measure the kick. Tumbling. Awkward one at that. Jimmy Manson style. And there's Cousins, who took a diving chest mark. And he'll get the Devils out of trouble.
That's twice, two occasions, Dirks. He's a better player than that, Todd. Like, I can't believe.
So Matty Brett with ball in hand goes short. Chip kicks okay to Young, who he'll just keep getting better as the game goes on. His physicality, his endurance is terrific. Right foot kick short to Bewley. Speaking of endurance, he lopes away. Left foot kick finds Duncan Cadman. Defensive side of centre wing. He's got Ward who presented, need to be clean through here. As the siren sounds, half-time here at Mattingly Park. It's Darley in a fairly bit of an arm wrestle in that second quarter. They kicked 6 goals to 2 in the opening term and 2 goals to 1 in that second quarter. And they lead at the main break. 8-7-55 Darley. Lead Bacchus Marsh 3-2-20. Friends, you've got the goal scorers before we take a well-deserved break.
For the Devils, doubles to Angwin, Bewley. Singles to Slatiri, Myers, Johnson and Impey. For the Cobras, 1 to Huxtable and 2 to Joel Freeman.
We'll give you update scores from around the grounds. We'll just see if they're updating before we go to a break. East Point 107, lead Melton South 18. North Ballarat 34, Redan 33. And they're falling asleep again at the Clark Oval. Melton 42, lead Sunbury 6. And speaking of falling asleep, Ballarat and Lake Windaree. Well, as far as we know at the moment, they're fighting at a 0-all draw. But at Mattingly Park, it's the Devils who lead the Cobras in the local derby. The Anzac Day tradition continues by 35 points.
That quarter was proudly sponsored by Anytime Fitness, 72 Bennett Street, Bacchus Marsh. Mention BFL Game Day on Apple 98.5 FM to receive 50% off your joining fee, plus a free towel and water bottle.
This broadcast of BFL Game Day is proudly sponsored by Western Screens, Blinds and Awnings, 35A Griffith Street, Bacchus Marsh. Phone 5370 1478.
I I want you to inspire me, and I want to inspire you this football season with our high-quality, locally grown meat. Hop online or give us a call on 5368 1117 or come in store and we will deliver to you free of charge this football season. Proud sponsors of this station, the Land Local Butcher.
The property management team at Stockdale and Lego Bacchus Marsh are currently giving gift cards for any referrals that result in properties being managed by them. Contact station sponsor Stockdale and Lego and ask for Jade Daly or Emily Closter on 5367 5700. Stockdale and Lego, we are here for you. Proud sponsor of Apple 98.5 FM.
Rustel Proprietary Limited phone 0419 568 635. Just brought your home site the man to phone for quick and prompt service. Graham Gillespie at Rustel 0419 568 635. Proud sponsor of Apple 98.5 FM.
Community radio made in Moorabool. Apple 98.5 FM.
Community radio made in Bacchus Marsh. Apple 98.5 FM.
Streaming live across Victoria from the studios of Apple FM Bacchus Marsh. It's time to talk all things BFL with your local radio footy talk show, The Presser. And now, here's your host, Todd Whelan.
Very good evening and welcome one and all to another episode of The Presser. One round down, and we saw some big results. And let's not forget Redan at the top on Good Friday in their standalone game. They defeated Lake Windermere by 92 points. Sebastopol disposed of Bacchus Marsh by 121. Melton again, too good for Melton South. They won by 161 points. Darley defeated Ballarat by 40 points. Took them a little while to get away from them. And, of course, Sunbury won arguably the match of the round, coming from 20 points down at half-time to defeat North Ballarat by 11 points. As we bid a good evening to Spence and Fridge, who's back.
Thanks, Toddy.
Toddy, Spence.
Hoggy is one of our special guests this evening. Of course, the coach of the Sunbury Football Club. And later tonight, of course, we've got Jason Williams, the coach of Bacchus Marsh. And in the absence of Sammy, our regular correspondent in Ballarat, it will be Luke Keel, who's got the week off after getting the job done comfortably against Bacchus Marsh. Before we get Hoggy on the line, just one goal from the Lakers, 2 goals from Bacchus Marsh, 3 goals from Ballarat and Melbourne South. Is that a concern for you, Spence?
I mean, early in the year, you never know what to expect, Toddy, but you need to kick goals to win games of footy, don't you? So, yeah, I suppose it is a concern for some sides, but something to work on. I mean, Ballarat kicked 3 goals, 13, so they're still going inside 50 and having a go, but they just weren't able to convert.
Yeah, just quickly on that Darley-Ballarat game, Ballarat had all the ball handling stats in their favour by contested possession. They had more kicks, handballs, marks, etc., but their lack of efficiency cost them. In the end, it was Darley who were able to get it done and kick the last 4 goals of the game to go away. Comfortable winners in the end. Young group, but some encouraging signs. Will Liston with 37 a game high disposals. Encouraging for Chris Mabel to work with.
Yeah, and Paddy Simpson, 24 and 10 clearances, Toddy. So between, Will Liston, a 21-year-old, and Paddy Simpson, a 19-year-old, they've had 60 possessions and 23 clearances between them. So, yeah, good signs for them.
And Fridge for the Devils, usual suspects, Shane Page, 28 disposals, and Brett Bewley, 27 and 2 goals. Cream rose to the top when it counted most.
Yeah, certainly. And the goal kickers were an even spread of goal kickers for the side, with Nick Rodder not being there this year, so they won't be reliant on just the one forward this year. So Dan Jordan would be very happy with that result.
Melton put the game to bed early against Melton South. Spence 55-0 at quarter time. Concerns for Melton South, but honestly, they're in a development phase of their own that's been going on for some years. Of course, haven't beaten the Blood since 2017, and it doesn't look any brighter for them this week. They've got East Point at Eastern Oval, and in their last 4 meetings, they've averaged a 111-point loss.
Yeah, it's disappointing for South to start like that, Toddy, but like you said, they're in a redevelopment stage, but I mean, positive signs for the Bloods to go out and do what they really needed to do, and win big against the old foe, I suppose, and Ryan Carter 6 goals, and Brodie Sullivan playing against his old side, and Old Mountain South boy kicked 4, so good start for him.
And great start for Redan. Of course, they won their last 5 last year and winning their first game this year, albeit 2 wins over the Lakers, one against Melbourne South and Bacchus Marsh, but one against Darley that stands out in the back third of that season. But the usual suspects getting it done. Fridge speak of Lockie George, who had game-high disposals, the veteran Grant Bell, 5 goals, and Isaac Grant 4. So they've got North Ballarat, so they're off to Mars Stadium this week. We'll talk more about that later, but they're going to be up against it, but it's a free swing for them, you'd think.
Oh, for sure. Look, they'll have a real cracker down at North Ballarat, that's for sure. Look, those players like the Georges, if they get Cooper, Craig Peters and Atchison, if they get them blokes back, they're a really, really competitive side.
Yeah, so the jury's still out on Ballarat. They're a young side, whilst Liston and Simpson and the other youngster Wyatt Squires, who I said on the broadcast that he's got a terrific name. It could be either a boutique ale or a fine drop of Shiraz. Wyatt Squires. You familiar with him, Spence?
Yeah, I am actually. So I went to school with Wyatt, and he played juniors for Ballarat Swans, and he went up a year. So he's actually meant to finish year 12 last year, but he finished the year before, or was in that year, 2021 class. So, his first game of senior footy on the weekend, along with a number of others for Ballarat. So, he'll be handy for him all year, and he'll be better for the experience.
Yeah, so I'll be looking forward to seeing how they back up at the weekend. Of course, Lake Windermere got within a goal with them the second half of the season last year, so I'm not really expecting much to separate these two sides. How do you see it, Fridge?
Oh, look, judging by last week, Ballarat sort of was stated that they tried to play dry weather football instead of wet weather football. So they might be dry trackers instead of wet trackers, Todd.
Yeah, well, the young blokes, and tell you what, Reece Perry, forward of centre inside deep 50 for Ballarat. He had 1 touch. When I say 1 touch, I mean before it went over the line and out of bounds. That must have happened on between 5 and 10 occasions for the afternoon. It was just an almost game for the long-sleeved forward who looked promising last year in a handful of games and did kick a bag himself last year of 5 against quality opposition. Travis Hodgson's joined us on the line. A much happier Travis Hodgson at the same time last year after coming from behind. 20-point deficit at the half to go past Brendan McCartney's North Ballarat to finally end up with their noses in front of the end by 11 points. Trav, welcome back to the presser.
Hey, Todd, how are you?
Good to have you on, Trav. You must be a bit of a relieved man, always a tough assignment. North Ballarat first up. You know, Brendan McCartney's always got his charges up and about early, and they showed that just, in fact, in the opening half of Saturday's game. What was said at half-time that triggered that 5 goals, well, those 5 unanswered goals in that third term to set up that comeback?
We pretty much decided to stay the course, mate. We actually thought we were pretty good in the first half. We were plus 10 inside 50s at half time, and we had an equal amount of scoring shots. We struggled to convert, make the most of the opportunity. So there's a temptation there when you're 3 or 4 goals down to throw things around. But once we dug a little bit deeper and had a look through the numbers, we actually we thought we were on the right track, so we stuck to what we were doing.
Unlike a couple of games that we witnessed on the weekend, did you get any rain at Sunbury?
No, not.
do you think of changing things up? You noted there was an uncontested brand. Of course, again, they were doing it in South at the weekend with some 132 marks. You took 112 yourself, but there's no Kyle Borg to deal with running between the arcs. Jack Walker had 42 of his own. He seems crucial. Would you consider a run with Rolf or for one of your elite runners on that big ground at Clark Oval to combat his influence at the weekend?
We'll definitely prepare for the possibility. We won't start that way. We'll back our mids in. Look, we probably we lose stoppages more often than not anyway, as we did again on the weekend. So for us, it's probably about the way we lose them. We try and minimise those losses and make sure that our backs get the opportunity to get the ball back, and that's where we start our attack, really. So, we'll probably monitor not so much his numbers, but where he's getting them, the sort of damage he's doing. If he's coming out in front of stoppages and things like that, we'll put the brakes on, but the sheer numbers won't force us into a tag, if that makes sense.
A late newcomer for the Bloods, Brady Rolls, played in the reserves last week. Given his talent and potential, you would expect him to be promoted, especially on the big ground, the wide expanses of the Clark Oval. How short are you going to be from your best 22, you think, on paper, Hoggy, given Sutton played for Essendon on the weekend and Haddington Cree have been nursing injuries?
Yeah,
I think we've lost him, Toddy.
There you go. Well, Brady Rolls does come into the side. That would almost just be a like for like for Kyle Borg. The memories, he's a real dasher, and that would suit him down to the ground on Clark Oval, you'd think, Spence?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, congratulations to Kyle Borg as well, going to play for Port Melbourne in the VFL on the weekend, his debut game. But, yeah, you'd think so. If Rolls comes in, he'd probably just, do exactly what Borg would do. And Borg's such a good player, but if they can replace him, then I don't think they'll be too far from their best 22.
Handful forward for the Lions to deal with. Fridge, of course, Carter with the 6 goals at the weekend. So those Carters, they're just not going to go away. So if they get some easy feed from the middle of the ground, the reigning premiers, while they went down to Sunbury on the Clark Oval last year, they're going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, for sure. They don't get any smaller, those two boys. And look, they've got a very good defence, Sunbury as well. Like Lever leads the way in their defence at Sunbury. And just on Travis saying just now that just regards to, the plethora of players that they've got, I've always said that they've always been the glamour team of the competition with, the AFL, VFL players that they've got at Sunbury.
Hoggy, with all of Melton's dominance last year, there's an old saying, don't get beat with what you know. I don't think Aaron Timms will go to the Clark Oval and go with the same mission as he did last year. Have you come prepared for them to come with a plan B?
Yeah, look, I think they're a great side. They're well coached, well drilled. But to be honest, I think the reason they're so good is that they play so consistently. They reproduce the same sort of stuff week in, week out, like most of the better sides do. AFL level, Collingwood play the way they play. When there's a real identifiable brand, it's one knowing that something trying to stop it. So I expect Melton to play the way Melton play every time I watch them on tape and live. From our point of view, they're obviously, as you mentioned, a high possession team. They take a lot of marks uncontested because of their skill and speed over the ground, but also contested marks when you've got the two Carters forward of the footy. So knowing the way they're going to play and stopping it's another thing. We identified last year, the only game they lost before they played us was the North Ballarat game, and North Ballarat pretty much cut their marks in half. I think the conditions had a fair bit to do with that. We tried to limit their mark numbers the day we played them here, and we didn't. So, but I think that the big thing is about where they take those marks. So we were able to, most of their marks against us at Clark Oval in their back half. That's the key for us, mate. We've got to try and limit them taking marks in the front half of the ground. We know how hard they'll be to beat. We're excited about the challenge, but they don't turn up and play bad, Melton. You've got to be at your best, and you've got to find something to beat them. That's for sure.
Holly, obviously you've had uninterrupted pre-season, and I think your pre-season started a bit earlier, and you went into some match simulation and practice matches earlier through the pre-season, and sort of brought things a bit forward, and got a new fitness coach down there as well, I believe. And at this point of time, you've only got 3 injuries, I suppose, and basically got a full list to pick from.
Yeah, we're pretty close to it, mate. That's, I'll be wrapped if I spend the cap this year, because the last couple of years we've gone nowhere near it. So, and then that's out of our hands a little bit. That's lucky running, isn't it? But I think the fact that we've got to this stage with our soft tissue issues, and I think we're in really good shape potentially to get through the year. You're going to get some injuries, and you just probably hope they're not to your prime movers.
The concerning part of, with the pre-season, doing everything, getting the job done early with your pre-season, you slow start again. You can't, you come up against North Ballarat, give them a start, and then work your way back into the game and go ahead and go on and win the game convincingly. Is that going to be a concern? Because it has been a bit of a concern over the past couple of years with you guys.
Look, it has been, but I've got to disagree. On Saturday, I thought we started tremendously well. Like I said, we went in at half-time in front in most of the numbers, 10 plus inside 50s. I thought it was terrific, which is why we didn't change anything at half-time. We just didn't finish our work inside 50. But the fact that North Ballarat, you go through their last couple of seasons, they're obviously fast started, so we've been in such a strong position statistically at quarter time and half time. I'll take that every day of the week. If we don't convert, well, that's bad footy. But no, mate, we're really happy with our start on the weekend. It's probably the best start we've had in a while, even though the scoreboard didn't show it.
Your take on Scott Cammery?
Cammery. Stewie? No. He started forward, and he's going to be a good player. He's going to get hold of some teams. He had to spend a lot of time in the midfield. So they've obviously got a few out. So if they were full strength, they'd probably be able to play him, maybe out of the goal square. He's a big man. He was probably just about the quickest player on the ground.
Welcome back to Mattingly Park ahead of the second half action here in the local derby. It's Darley 8-7-55 who lead Bacchus Marsh 3-2-20. Massive crowd here in attendance. Fridge Freeman joining us throughout the afternoon. And, the Cobras, they got 1 or 2 behind the ball in that second term, and they just seemed to clock it up as they did last year, when they were a bit under the pump for most of the season. So just trying to minimise the damage. And there's the ball up in the middle of the ground. We're away. Impey won that tap. Ball at ground level. Bit of a stacks on the mill, but they get the hurried clearance out of the congestion from Huxtable, and Owen comes out, takes a mark on the chest, wastes no time, plays on. Got it over there towards Kavakovic, a long kick. Missed everything all and sundry over the line, out of bounds on the pull.
To Mars. Hello.
I think you'd say that, Bill.
No,
yeah,
good.
You're on earth, mate.
All good.
Yeah, that's enough out of you for the afternoon. There's the ball back into play. Lahoure, the fly. At the back there was Matty Brett, but a juggle mark taken there by Jake Owen. Well, so it's good to see them roll the dice and get him forward. They need to kick some goals, Fridge.
Well, they've put Jake forward and Joel back on defence to Angwin.
So he played on, went to McCreary, had a shot on goal, and he put it through. Just what the doctor ordered for the Cobras in the opening minute. Owen combines with McCreary. And a bit like his brother at Collingwood, an opportunistic finish from just inside the boundary line of the opening minute has kicked the Cobras fourth of the afternoon. They're 4-2-26. They trail Darley 8-7-55.
Well, luck's a fortune time.
Well, a great finish there from McCreary. And as we mentioned earlier, Owen forward to the ball in this term. So they're going to have a roll of the dice and try and get it done. Back in the middle of the ground, ball at ground level, chance here for McCreary, the man who just kicked the last goal. Better start here by the Cobras. And they've got a mark on the outside centre wing by Parente. So he'll weigh up the options. Right foot kick, gets plenty of it. Players set themselves, and Owen's got it, has he? He has juggled Mark and a chance for a second shot on goal for the Cobras in the opening 2 minutes.
Decent push in the back there, Toddy.
Big congratulations to Graham Nugent, whose horse I'm Loving You just won at Morphettville, first up after, well, a long layoff. Speaking of long layoffs, we saw a bit of that creeping into the game in that second term with these two sides still blowing out the cobwebs. But it's the Cobras rolling the dice and the beneficiaries of pushing Owen forward after that steadying influence across half-back in that second term. He set sail for the judge, and as we said in the opener, he hasn't got the super boots on today. So a minor score. The margin reduced, albeit to 28. Inside 3 minutes gone in this third term. It'll be Bewley to bring the ball back into play. Normally as good as two kicks as he lopes away, and he'll just about put this ball into the middle of the ground. Angwood, who was very good in that opening half. Ball at ground level, here they go. Baker onto that left boot, tumbling kick, got it to Myers. Clever kick across the body. Tried to find Azapati, got two to beat, and Lafranchi will be the beneficiary of keeping your feet. So Lafranchi's kick meant for Smith, got a bad bounce, favourite Ankrum. The Devils can go back here through Denham, who got it towards Impey. Sidestep around Shea, managed to get hand to ball to Cousins from half forward. Tumbling kick inside 50. Doing the mobbing up there was Lafranchi, couldn't gather cleanly. Close up against the boundary line there was Myers. Or he's forced over the line for a boundary throw-in. So Darley into attack. 8-7-55. They lead back as far as 4-3-27. Near 4 minutes gone in this third term here. There's the throw-in. Gertz in front, won the tap. Darley player trying to get it out. Just stolen by Page. Kick across the body, if you don't mind. Could be goal of the day. Page kicks a goal. Something out of nothing for the Devils. And they're ninth on the board, and they cancel out the opener in this third term from the Cobras. They're 9-7-61, Darley. They lead back as far as 4-3-27.
Well, there's the difference, Todd. Owen gets a good shot on goal from, 35 out. Goes back, misses. The Devils work it inside 50. To say that, goal of the day, but he plucked that one from nowhere, and, that's the difference.
Yeah, that's right. Page gets his first of the afternoon. Back in the middle of the ground here, Impey the fly, tap one by Goats, didn't really leave the ground. Baker, he goes to ground, then Impey's thrown into the deck. Hurry kick out of the congestion there from Matricati, got to half forward, chance here for Cadman. Went out there looking towards Angwood and found him. I've liked his game today. 50.5 metres out from goal, lowers the eyes. Brett the target, gathers cleanly. Quick hands was terrific. Dumped as he kicked. The umpire's going to pay a free kick here. Is he not?
On the full. That's
yeah, out of bounds on the full. That's what he's going to pay.
Free kick on.
Well, dumped as he kicked him in 8-9. It'll be Jenks will switch play and go short. And the kick's fine. I like to go along the line of Davis. Squaring kick was trying to miss the target, really. Chance here for Cabin over the football. Second of it, okay. Went inboard by hand to Matricati. Through traffic. Was pretty poor hand pass, really, in the end. Missed the target. Bewley somehow kept it in. Players seemed to stop and prop, but Shea was the beneficiary, but then gave it away to Cadman, whose hurry kick, left foot kick across the body was okay. And it found Spiteri, who wasted no time. Squaring kick to Cousins. Now, he doesn't mind a goal, Cousins, but he'll go short. And waiting under it there is Baker. So this will take his best from 49. So Luther Baker. 6 minutes into this third term. 9-7-61. They lead back a smash 4-3-27. After a 38-minute opening quarter, 27-minute second term. And near 6.5 into this third term, will be making with a deliberate approach from 50. Sets sail for the judge. He won't quite get the distance. And doing the sharking at the back was on to order, and away he went. Ran his full measure and some. Right foot kick, clearing kick at that beyond half back. They're away here, the Cobras. Have they got numbers? Young under pursuit there from Craig. He's got some leg speed, but missed the body, and the Devils will repel and get it back towards half forward. Impey at the back couldn't take the mark. Ball at, well, it's a bit of a bail-up of congestion here before the ball spills through. The umpire's picked out a free kick. It's going to go Bewley's way. Pages, in fact. The two previous captains of the Devils, one present, one past. Page goes long to the top of the square. Who's in the back? Hamilton sit for Van Lee. Fires the hair pass out. Went straight to Porter. Could have been held without it. The umpire said no. And he'll come in and affect the ball up 10 metres out from the Darley goal.
I don't know whether Williams has dropped Joel back as an extra in defence there, Todd. I did see him line up against Angwin, but he seems to be very loose at the moment.
Tap one by Gertz, only as far as Bewley. He couldn't extricate out of that congestion of players. And there we repeat stoppage. Your ball up just metres away from the Darley goal. 9-7-61, Darley lead Bacchus Marsh 4-3-27. There's the ball up, Gertz, second attempt. Got it as far as Baker. Quick hands out to Matricardi, threw the ball onto the boot, but he missed to the near side, through for a minor score. So the Cobras will bring the ball back into attack, and they survive. Get another forward 50 entry from the Devils. It'll be Ogden on the last line. Will go short. Kick's okay. Finds McCreary deep in the Cobras' defence, weighing up the options. Now this is the kick that needs to hit the target.
Yeah, a Darley target.
Yeah, well, he missed, and Page, there's the turnover. As we mentioned in that opening and second terms, friends, that kick out of defence from the Cobras back half to get the ball rolling has let them down. So Bishop with ball in hand.
Todd, instead of buggerising around inside their defensive 50, get it out long.
So he gave the ball to Bewley. Left foot shot on goal from the captain. From the reigning innocent medalist. Just ran away to the left-hand side of Bishop as he pleased and went bang. Thank you very much. And Darley get their 10th goal of the afternoon. Then 10-7-67. They lead Bacchus Marsh 4-3-27. Near 9 minutes gone, third term.
That's what you get for fundamental mistakes, and they keep continuously making them in their back half. The Cobras continuously make them in their back half. Instead of trying to gain territory, they're trying to be too cute and try and chip the ball around. It doesn't work to avail when you haven't got that skill.
Yeah, the exit kick let them down today. Tick over 9 minutes gone, third term. Darley lead by 40. There's the ball up. Tap one by Gertz. Impey's hurt. He hasn't got off the ground there, the youngster. Might have copped the knee in the mid-drift as Shea plays on. Right foot kick goes searching for Owen. Went over his head. Young went back to lend assistance there to Myers, who went back looking for Young. Searching hand pass, missed the target. Bewley at ground level. Went searching back towards Young. Grabbed there by Craig. High up and under kick goes forward. Nixon at the back. Couldn't take the mark for the Cobras. Hand pass dished out towards Ward. And composed kick found Billy Myers on the last line. So Billy Myers with ball in hand. Plays on, comes. Oh, he looks a bit hurt there. It wasn't Billy Myers, in fact. It was it was Billy Myers. I was right the first time. There's the chip kick, goes towards the attacking 50. Jenks is tackled and Sung taken to the ground. Umpire's pinged him for holding the ball. So it'll be Matricardi. Kick meant towards Page. Ball from Smith-By was good. Got it to Nixon. High up and under kick was Hokel rather than anything else. Young had to wait to the turn of the under and Smith-By kept running. Gathered quick hands to McCreary. Struck the tackle of Cousins. Kick across the body to the top of the square. Went over there to Owen and threw for a minor score. So it was... It was Billy Myers, in fact, a little bit ginger there after that last disposal. Seemed to be going for a little stretch to the calf, a bit inconvenience. It's actually Andy has a party. Geez, he'd be happy with that comparison. Ball comes back into play to Bewley. Just outside the defensive 50, lower the eyes. It was okay to Van Leith on the half volley. Took on the would-be tackler from McCreary and then went by hand to Young, who spilled it. Second effort was okay. High hand pass found Matricardi. Kick under pressure to the attacking 50. Chance here for Gates for the Cobras. They get by hand to Porter. Clever, evasive skills. Even the kick was evasive because it went off the side of that left boot and found Young. I'll correct myself again. It was Billy Myers. So we'll keep an eye on Myers as Young with ball in hand. Right foot kick to the attacking 50. Uncontested. Mark taken on the chest there by Matthew Brett. Switches play. Keeps it pretty central. The mark's been taken there by Johnson. He'll go back and have a shot on goal. So Johnson with ball in hand. Young and McCreary just remonstrating on the way off. A few pleasantries.
Hey, so he likes all the stickers that he's got on his arms, Todd.
Yeah, where did you get those from?
Dane Swan's Tattoo Parlour.
That's it. So it'll be Johnson from 40 metres out from goal. Sets sail for the judge and goes off to the left. Another opportunity he missed there from Johnson. He's had an almost game this afternoon. He's looked dangerous. He's lacked a bit of composure and a bit of conversion.
Looks very fit too, Todd.
Yeah, he's in super nick. His game will come together sooner rather than later, you'd think. Kicking out of the fence, clean bowl board, went through his legs and found touch for the Cobras over the line for a boundary throw-in. Adjacent to the Darley coach's box. So boundary throw-in. Darley lead by 41 points here. Near 13 minutes gone. So it'll be Angwin and Gertz. Give that tack to Gertz. Swarm of players waiting at ground level before the umpire says, I'll have it, and there'll be a ball up. So Baker just picking Huxtable up off the ground. I'm not sure whether Huxtable thought he was trying to throw him or help him out, but it certainly was the latter as Shea won the ball out of that congestion and got it to Porter, who measured the kick towards broadcast side centre wing, but the ball's been cut off there by Myers. Indecisive. Awkward looking kick. Coppers have got numbers here. Huxtable taking uncontested mark. So that was hard, pretty ordinary kick there from Myers, and sends it back towards Owen, who took a nice contested mark in front of Myers and plays on that right boot towards the attacking 50. Darley got numbers here. Van Leet did well to stay at the back. Wild hair pass was loose, allowed Smith by into the contest. He thought, I'll have that, and he sent the ball towards the attacking 50. Nice overhead grab taken there by Nixon, and he'll go back. Be too far out to score. He'll look for an option. So another important kick here for the Cobras. So he runs 50 metres out from goal, gets plenty of it, goes towards the top of the square, goes off hands and through for a minor score. So no bang for buck there for the Cobras. 4-4-28. They trail Darley 10-8-68. 14 and a half minutes gone, third term.
Still having a crack though, Todd.
Yeah, indeed. Ball comes back in from Myers. Got it to Cadman.
Oh, the ball.
It was a pretty lazy hand pass in the end. They're off
Good.
here.
Well done, Alex.
It was Lahure's hand pass to Cadman, who put him under the pump. So Lahure probably want that option over again. Just well read there by Porter. He just seemed to have the momentum, anticipating that handball received from Duncan Cadman. And he's been justly rewarded for holding the ball and a shot on goal here. Need a conversion, the Cobras, to keep him in the hunt.
Left foot.
Oh, he's hit the Holy Ghost. Tick over 15 minutes gone. A couple of chances gone begging from the Cobras. In the last 4 or 5 minutes, we've had majority of ball in their front half. It'll be Myers in from the fence. How about that for a kick? Found Bewley. Squaring kick to Denham on the defensive 50. Not out of trouble yet, the Devils. Tip over the top is okay to Matt Riccardi. I like these two boys. Speaking of the brothers Matt Riccardi.
Sounds like a pizza.
Yeah. There's a rumour they own a pizza shop in Kyneton. They asked the Matt Riccardi boys, what's the name of your pizza shop? They said Kyneton Pizza. What an anticlimax as Young sends the ball to the attacking 50. Who's at the back? It was Bewley. He couldn't take the mark. Paul spills through. The umpires picked out a free kick for a throw. And it's going to go the Cobra's way. Joel Cadman looking a little worse for wear. And it'll be Shea. It goes to the outer side centre wing. Gets the target. Couldn't take the mark. Ball gets stuffed away from his hands And the Devils find touch with the spoil over the line for a boundary throw-in. So still a good crowd in attendance here this afternoon for the Anzac Day traditional matchup between these two local rivals. Darley with the upper hand. They lead by 39 points. There's the throw-in. Tap one by Kurtz. Only as far as Van Leith, who's had his fair share of the footy. As soon as he kicked that, he wasn't too happy with it. High up and under kick. Parente set himself to the mark. And
ball up.
He thought he had it. Spiteri thought he had it. And the umpire said, well, we'll call it a 50-50 and I'll ball it up. So the two ruckmen, Angwin and Gertz, only as far as Parente. His hurried kick's been cut off there by Young, who just waited behind the ball beautifully. Went short to Page. He's got as a party broadcast centre wing. He ignores that option. Kick smothered. Good pressure act there from Gertz. An opportunity here for Huxtable. Hand pass, put his opponent Gates under the pump. Somehow they'll get away with it here. Oh, no, they won't. Here goes Van Leith with some good agility through traffic. The hand pass let him down. Chance here for Angwood. He might have been pushed in the back there by Huxtable. The umpire said no, and he said, I'll have it. There'll be a ball up.
He's a very lively Van Leith. Really lively player.
Yeah, just a bit more composure by foot.
Yeah, and, he'll get there.
Yep. There's the ball up. Tap one there by Gertz. Went defensive side. Bishop with the pressure. Couldn't affect. Bewley with the tackle. Hurried kick out of the congestion there from Smith. Went out wide towards the boundary line. Chance here for Craig. Couldn't impact the contest. And there's another turnover. So there's been plenty of those in the second and third terms here in this game. So plenty to get out of review with some decision-making from both coaches. And there was another one, but Lahure dropped what he should have taken at the end and let Tyrrell back into the contest. Page ended up lending assistance to make sure the ball found its way over the line for a boundary throwing. 18 and a half minutes gone, third term. Just 2 goals to Darley in this turn, to Bacchus Marsh has won. So been a bit of an arm wrestle of sorts.
The last 38 minutes have really held him. It's that scrappy type of play, Todd, and it suited the Marsh more than what the Devils, and he'd be disappointed with the effort, Jordan, that last 28 minutes of this quarter, in the last quarter.
4 goals to 2 since quarter time. There goes Shea through traffic from that stoppage. On the target, Presents couldn't take the mark. Good pressure at the back there from Myers to impact that contest. Ball goes over the line for a boundary throwing. The Myers and Owen, it's a bit of a nil-all draw, really, isn't it?
Yeah. 2 great competitors.
Yeah, indeed. Boundary throw-in. So it'll be Gertz at the back. Might have pushed Angwin. The umpire said no. Hurry high, up and under kick out of the congestion from Matt Riccardi. Got to outer centre wing. Hamilton sit for Bishop. It sits okay. Went inboard with the left-hand hand pass. Looking in towards Matty Brett. Couldn't bend and gather. Stretched him before Rippy bails up his opponent. And there'll be a ball up on half forward out of sight of the ground for the Devils. So Matty Brett will be better for the run.
Yep.
First up today. Of course, missed that first semi-final loss to Ballarat last year by a point. So did the Fuel, and not by the way. Bit of non-compliance with the dietary requirements ended up with a bit of trouble out the back there, Fridge. And Larissa Edwards was one of them too. Sorry, Larissa. I think they call it gastro. Boundary throw-in. Who's at the back? Chance here for Gertz. Went by hand. Now, Duncan Cadman was clean and then just threw the ball onto the boot. Heard the voice of one of his buddies there in row 3 in the SUV. Kicked it that way, but found touch. Ball bounced over the line for a boundary throw-in. Half forward out of sight of the ground for the Devils. Yeah, as I mentioned, just 4 goals to 2 since quarter time. Then 21 minutes gone. Bewley, clearing kick out of the stoppage. Goes into the direction of Matty Brett. Couldn't gather. Spiteri's hand pass went back inboard. Here come the reinforcements for the Cobras. Bishop looking busy at ground level. Find the hand pass out. Huxtable had to be good. He was. Now how will they extricate here? Ogden with ball in hand goes towards Porter. Sets himself. Couldn't take the mark. Duncan Cadman was good. Page took advantage of that outnumber. Got it to Azapati. Shot on goal went across the face. And I wouldn't mind a little stat on those out of bounds on the fulls, or out of bounds some shots on goal today too, Fridge. And within range if you don't mind. So that clearing kick found Smith inside the defensive 50 for the Cobras. Weighs up the options and does a little pitching wedge towards centre wing. Gets at the back, went the spoil. Craig was good, gathered cleanly, high up and under kick, gained about 40 metres for his side. Going back there was Lahure, who took an uncontested mark at the end. So they'll rebound again, the Devils. Bit of a game between the Arcs in these last couple of quarters. But both sides forwards unable to finish off the work of the midfield. So Impey's awkward-looking kick was okay to Young on half forward. Kept running onto that right boot. England's got his name written all over it. Couldn't take it. Doing the sharky now was Bishop. Went the hand pass. Cleverly intercepted there by LaFranchi. Got a hand on it, but only fell as far as Young, who went forward. Page set himself. Couldn't take the mark. Brett gathered. Kicked it over the shoulder. Well, they kicked it over the boundary up by his shoulder in the end. Out of bounds on the full bridge.
In between the rotunda and the point post.
Oh, the rotunda, you've got to love it. Oh, there's a kick in out of defence. Risky one at that, but found the racehorse there in Ogden. He put Smith by under the pump, but that was okay in the end. And they're away here. Jenkson's kick was terrific. Towards Huxtable, who lowered the eyes. Went looking there towards Gates, dropped what he should have taken. And Ankara would be happy to see it over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Just little fundamental little like that one to Gates, you know. No pressure.
Just that link of the chain through between the arcs of the Cobras. It's just
three good movements of the ball inside the defensive 50, and then gets to that point where it breaks down.
The Devils go towards the attacking side of their centre wing towards Angwin before the ball ricochets off his shins over the line for a boundary throw-in. So not the most enlightening quarter of football. First quarter was clearly the best. The second quarter was okay, and this one's been, well, just another battle, really. As a party through the middle of the ground. Find the hand pass. Out there towards Johnson, who gave it to Myers, who found Spiteri on half forward. Took the mark there in front of Freeman. Right foot kick goes inside 50. Chance here for Bishop, who's been busy as a bee inside 50. Really knowing what he's asked of the coach, all his forward pressure. You know, he's a 10 possession or less player.
He's got to get his ground ball. That's his bread and butter, Todd.
Yep, and tackled. All up. Tap one by Gertz. David Craig just got knocked off the football well there by Azapati. Couldn't gain clean possession. Tackle applied, but the umpire says, I'll have it, and there'll be another ball up. Darley 10-8-68, Bacchus Marsh 4-5-29. You're 24 and a half minutes gone in this third term. Ball up. Gertz won that tap, couldn't gain any ascendancy, went the soccer out as far as Azapati, who went by hand to Cousins. Can we see some clean footy? We can. Off at Matty Brent's dropped what he should have taken. Spilled in the hands of Angwin. His kick was smothered by Ogden. A couple of errors there from the Devils. Look at the racehorse go. Ogden's run of the football was impeded, but he knocked the ball forward and found the safety of the boundary line, and then we are throwing out of side half forward for Darley.
I've been really impressed with Ogden, Todd. Nearly one of their best for the Cobras.
Yeah, I think they need him. Half back, half forward.
But once again, can't rob Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah. Out of the congestion, Baker goes by hands, which is okay. Right foot kick, goes inside 50. Chance here for Cousins. How will it sit? Well, he was held without it. The umpire let it go. Craig went with the grubber. He kicked to Porter. A couple of long sleevers combining there. Decided to go broadcast side. Commitment on the ball from Duncan Cadman was good. Knocked into the advantage of Andy Azapati, who went short. Good. And Matt Riccardi had the ball punched away from him by Jenks. Just inside the boundary line, the umpire will come in and affect the ball up.
Great effort by Jenks there.
Darley 10-8-68, lead Bacchus Marsh 4-5-29. The game's just lacked something in the last 45 minutes, but Endeavour hasn't been one of them. Right foot up and under kick from Huxtable, found Shea.
Ever reliable.
And there'll be a ball up. Took a nice chest mark there, might have been touched off the boot.
Well, we can't hear from you.
There'll be a ball up, half forward, broadcast side. Darley kick to the railway end in this third term. Chance here for McCreary to get some clearance. Owen the target. Blocked off the ball there well by Myers, and Lahure took an uncontested mark at the end and played on. Conceded with a 45 kick to Cousins. Went to Ward, who ran over the cricket pitch. That had been familiar for the left armour. Kick was good to Bewley. Ran to half forward. Loped towards 75. Lowered the eyes towards Angwin. Couldn't take the mark, and the ball knocked away from him. Spiteri looked dangerous and thought he was bailed up. And the umpire said, "I'll have it." There'll be a ball up 40 metres out from the Darley goal. So,
it is a stalemate.
It is a stoppage, mate.
It is a stoppage, mate. Just a quick cheerio to the Barnes at Parwin tuning in.
The City of, as Angwin grabs the ball out of the ruck as a shot on goal. And he's lived up to the common thread of this third term and kicked it out of bounds on the full. So it'll be Freeman who goes short, kicks okay to McCreary, who marked just inside. Told to play on by the umpires to come inboard because the boundary line was to the other side. Kick into the middle. Knocked off the ball there. Well, there was Ogden. He looks hurt. He's trying to grab. Might have been a head clash. Two players down. One from the Devils, one from the Cobras. Just keep an eye on who that is, Fridge. Ball in half back. Nixon ran away with the right foot kick towards half forward. Looking there towards Owen. He's got two to beat. Myers knocked it to the advantage of Ankrum. Needs to be clean here. Lowered the eyes and was and found Cousins, who went to the outer side. Centre wing. Gathered there well there by Matt Riccardi. Right foot kick to half forward. Been intercepted. And they're away here again, the Cobras, through Jenks, who got it to Shea, who went with the right boot and found Gates.
Was Baker.
Baker, yep.
That had the head collision with Ogden.
Okay, thank you.
Both looked at each other like title fighters and tapped each other on the backside and off they went.
So it'll be Gertz with ball in hand. He goes short to Shea, who was just about off there, but the umpire said no. I'll let you be. Getting dark here. Some of the car lights are coming on. Right foot kick, pull one at that. Then Fidella couldn't take the mark.
Gained nothing.
Gave him little opportunity. And Darley be happy with that wide entry. Found its way over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Gained nothing. Todd?
68, Darley lead Bacchus Marsh 29. 28 and a half minutes gone in this third term. Tap one by Impey at the back. Chance here for Nixon. Been okay in this third term. Right kick across the body. Myers and Owen call it even as the party gathers and rushes through for a minor score. So the siren ends that arm wrestle of sorts in that third term. Yeah, not the best exhibition of AFL footy that we've ever seen, but nonetheless you can't doubt the commitment of these two sides. It's Darley with the upper hand. They're 10-8-68. They lead Bacchus Marsh 4-6-30. Fridge the goal kickers before a break.
Bacchus Marsh for Creary 1, Huxtable 1, Freeman 2. For the Devils, Bewley 3, Angwin 2, Lee Spiteri 1, Billy Myers 1, Johnson, Page and MP.
That quarter was proudly sponsored by Anytime Fitness, 72 Bennett Street, Bacchus Marsh. Mention BFL Game Day on Apple 98.5 FM to receive 50% off your joining fee, plus a free towel and water bottle.
This broadcast of BFL Game Day is proudly sponsored by Western Screens, Blinds and Awnings, 35A Griffith Street, Bacchus Marsh. Phone 5370 1478.
Mark Shelley, along with his team at Stockdale and Lego Bacchus Marsh, run a successful and results-driven agency who are experienced, customer-focused and knowledgeable, dedicated agents delivering outstanding results for their clients. For expert advice, please call station sponsor on 5367 5700 today. Stockdale and Lego, we are here for you. Proud sponsor of Apple 98.5 FM.
I want you to inspire me, and I want to inspire you this football season with our high-quality, locally grown meat. Hop online or give us a call on 5368 117 or come in store and we will deliver to you free of charge this football season. Proud sponsors of this station, the Land Local Butcher.
Rustel Proprietary Limited. Phone 0419 568 635. Stock for quality and service for your side cut. Phone the top man Graham Gillespie at Rustel for prompt and expert service. Proud sponsor Apple 98.5 FM.
Apple 98.5 FM, your community on the radio.
This broadcast of BFL Game Day is proudly sponsored by Western Screens, Blinds and Awnings, 35A Griffith Street, Bacchus Marsh. Phone 53701478.
This quarter is proudly sponsored by Anytime Fitness, 72 Bennett Street, Bacchus Marsh. Mention BFL Game Day on Apple 98.5 FM to receive 50% off your joining fee plus a free towel and water bottle.
Apple 98.5 FM. Hear the difference.
That quarter was proudly sponsored by Anytime Fitness, 72 Bennett Street, Bacchus Marsh. Mention BFL Game Day on Apple 98.5 FM to receive 50% off your joining fee plus a free towel and water bottle.
This broadcast of BFL Game Day is proudly sponsored by Western Screens, Blinds and Awnings, 35A Griffith Street, Bacchus Marsh. Phone 53701478.
Rustel Proprietary Limited phone 0419 568 635. Just brought your home site, the man to phone for quick and prompt service. Graham Gillespie at Rustel 0419 568 635. Proud sponsor of Apple 98.5 FM.
Stockdale and Lego means real estate because your success is our business. Take a look at our station sponsor website, www.stockdaleandlego.com/Bacchus Marsh, and like our Facebook page to keep up to date with new listings, open for inspections and rental availabilities. Stockdale and Lego, we are here for you. Proud sponsor of Apple 98.5 FM.
I want you to inspire me, and I want to inspire you this football season with our high-quality, locally grown meat. Hop online or give us a call on 5368 117 or come in store and we will deliver to you free of charge this football season. Proud sponsors of this station, the Land Local Butcher.
Community radio made in Moorabool. Apple 98.5 FM.
Welcome back to Mattingly Park. It's three-quarter time here. It's Darley with a 39-point lead. They lead 10-9-69. Bacchus Marsh 4-6-30. The major goal scorers for Darley, Brett Bewley has 3, Trent Engwin 2. Whilst for Bacchus Marsh, their only multiple goal scorer has been Joel Freeman. Darley have set up this lead after a 6-2 opening term, but since then they've added 4 goals to 2 in a bit of an arm wrestle of sorts between the arcs and some missed opportunity in front of goal. Fridge?
Game of stoppages in that quarter, especially Todd. Apart from the 10 minutes of the first quarter, the Devils took control of the game and kicked, 4 or 5 unanswered goals. And look, Cobras have probably brought them down to their standard. And look, they're just persisting, the Cobras, and. Look, interesting last quarter, whether they can still, sustain and hold on and keep persisting and keep the pressure around the contest, and whether Darley take over and run away with it in the last quarter and bang on 6 or 7 goals.
Some updates in other games going around. Melton 97 lead Sunbury 46. North Ballarat 69 lead Redan 56. East Point 174 lead Melton South 32. So 49 scoring shots to the Kangas, and who'd have thought Geordie Johnson would not have kicked a goal?
Oh, no.
Still no update scores in the Ballarat Lake Windaree game, and of course Darley lead Bacchus Marsh by 39. So the lights have come on here. We're normally wound up and done by 5 p.m, but the Anzac ceremonies and the belated Australian national anthem that we finally got done. Mind you, it was a great performance there by the young lady who gave a sound rendition to set the mood for what's been a pretty well-attended version of the local derby, Fridge.
Cobras faithful have come in support, and so have the Devils, and look, it seems to be one of those rituals that we have every year, and yeah, it's greatly supported by the community, by both clubs.
Still plenty to get out of this game, while the result, it seems pretty much beyond doubt, given the 39-point advantage to Darley. What fight the Cobras could show in this last quarter will really give them some impetus going in to training during the week before their round 3 meeting with North Ballarat here at Manningley Park.
Yep. Look, if they can sort of kick 2 or 3 in the last quarter, it'll be a massive tick for them. The thing is, if they let Darley dictate and they get that overlap and get that run-on game going, and they kick 6 or 7, well, it'll be a minus for them.
Well, we're not far off the start here. The spectators just clearing the fence, and we'll get play underway. Darley 10-9-69, Bacchus Marsh 4-6-30.
It's a complete change around. Breton, Freeman, defender and the forward there. Reverse the role, Stock.
Why not? Darley led by 27 at quarter time and have extended on that to 39 at the final change. It'll be Impey, who's been gallant in the ruck for the Devils on debut against Gertz. McCreary, who's had quite a bit of the ball today. Just his efficiency has just been found wanting under the pressure today. But he's had enough of it. Shay's been handy. Cousins into the middle for the Devils to get this final quarter underway. Darley lead by 39. There's the tap. We'll give that one to Gertz, who went Darley side. Socket out of mid-air there by Bewley. Got it to half forward. Clean bowl Johnson. Allowed Davis in with an opportunity to gather. He couldn't quite do so. Here come the reinforcements. Hand pass went forward for the Cobras, but was intercepted, but they got numbers. Hurried kick high up and under will get them out of trouble momentarily. The mark's been taken by Ogden. Wasted no time. Played on. Searching hand pass meant for McCreary. Went over his head, but he got a favourable bounce. Got it to Parente. Inside 50. Can the Cobras make something of this? They can't just yet. As the Devils will get out of trouble, but only briefly. It was a poor kick from Duncan Cadman on his non-preferred. The left-bound Smith for the Cobras, 51 metres out from goal. Top of the goal square. Players set themselves. Who's at the back? It was might have been Gates, but he couldn't quite effect a shot on goal. And there'll be a ball up adjacent to the goal post.
There's no Lionel Messi, that's for sure.
That's right. So, the goal umpire not sure what's going on either. One job. There's the ball up. Cobras stepping to attack here. Darley want to thump it through. Seeming for some strange reason they kept it in, and McCreary's had a shot across the body. He might have put that through. Oh, coach killer there from the Devils, keeping the ball in play. And McCreary gets his second of the afternoon. He's kicked 2 belters, actually. One in the third, and now one in the last. And inside the opening 2 minutes of this final term, as they did in that third quarter, the Cobras kicked the first goal. They're 5-6-36. They trail Darley 10-9-69.
Well, can they get a multiple goal now, Todd? Can they put 2 together?
Yeah, back-to-back goals.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, they'll need those. But, yeah, Darley will want that back again.
Well, Dan won't be scratching his head. He'll be fiddling with his cap.
Well, just scratching his head is fair enough, as Goats won that tap, ball at ground level. Shay in with another tackle on Baker, and there'll be a ball up in the middle of the ground. Darley lead by 33 after leading by 27 at quarter time. Ball at ground level, in dispute. Hot footy, just hurried out of the congestion there by Page. Tumbling kick towards half forward. Hand pass out there from Johnson was terrific. Found Young, gave it over towards the running Bewley. Onto that preferred left foot, ran into an open goal and hit the post.
The post. Luck's a fortune for the Cobras.
Oh, that would have just been polished there from Bewley, but they're the goals that you'd imagine you'd eat up a player of his ilk as the ball comes back into play. Comes broadcast side. The mark's been taken uncontested there by Porter on the defensive 50. He's looking inboard. Now he'll elect to go along the line and play it safe. Kabarkovic is under this. Ward in front. Kabarkovic got a bit of it. Not enough, said the umpire. Cousins fired the hand pass out to Ward. Clever hand pass along the ground. Found Ankrum, who went inboard to Young, who was bailed up there by Shea. Ball spilled free. Out in front there was Spiteri, who's tried hard too this afternoon. But ball ends up held to them. And the umpire says, I'll have it. There'll be a ball up. So
another good 1%er by Xavier Jenks.
Yep. And if you're including cramp in that, there's another one. There's the ball up. Chance here at ground level for McCreary. Trying to fish the ball out. He'll be under the pump here. How will the umpire adjudicate? He says, I'll have it. And rightfully so, there'll be a ball up. 52 metres out from the Darley goal. The Cobras with the opening goal of this final turn through McCreary. Tap one by Impey to Baker. Did well to shrug the tackle. Bewley tackled from behind there by Craig. Umpire let it go. Ogden conceded by hand to McCreary. Little pitch and wedge over there towards Parente. Couldn't take the mark. Oh, he paid the mark.
Oh, chop of the arm.
No, he paid the mark. That is, yep. I mean...
Got a big to differ, Todd.
I'll use one of your cliches, mate. Luck's of fortune as Parente goes along the line towards the attacking 50. Owen held early in the contest. Ball was good there from Lahoure, but it went inboard. Cousins through traffic. Managed to get a hand to Ankrum. Quick hands to Zane Lahoure. Went one way, then another inboard to Cousins. Evasive skills were good. Then lowered the eyes and found Matt Riccardi. But the spoil was terrific from LaFranchi. And the ball went off hands over the line for a boundary throw-in. On half forward, broadcast side for the Devils, who kicked to the scoreboard in this final turn.
They're defending very well, the Devils. I mean, the Cobras, Todd.
Yeah, LaFranchi did well there.
Yeah.
There's the throw-in.
Xavier Jenks.
Indeed, yeah. Tap one there by Impey, only as far as Shea, who went to ground. Porter bailed up by Cousins.
Good stoppage.
The umpire says, I'll have it. And there'll be a ball up on half forward. He'll sleep well tonight, this umpire.
Ralph, he's shaking his head. He's had enough.
There's the ball up. Tap one by Impey. Through traffic goes McCreary. Knocked it to the advantage of Smith. Now, this is the kick. This will be an interesting one. Cross the body. Turnover. And the mark's been taken there by Van Lee. So just some poor vision there. He needed a runner coming by, so he didn't have to kick it over his shoulder. He just would have needed a hand pass, and that would have been better. Ball fell into the hands of Ward, who measured the kick out in front of Duncan Cadman. Ellen Sitri kicked it to the advantage of Page. There's two in pursuit here for the Devils. Sits okay. Page just tips it over the top towards Spiteri, who took a mark in front of Freeman, 49 metres out from goal. Goes inboard to the lead of Myers, who took a nice mark on the chest in front of LaFranchi. And Marsh will go back and have a shot on goal for his second of the afternoon.
Patient use of the footy.
Spitteri's been good. He's been around the footy more often than not this afternoon. Some encouraging signs. He's been interrupted with injury the last couple of years, and amazing what some time on the track will do. As Myers sets sail, and that one's off to the right. So he's missed a couple today, Myers, and that's through for a minor score. So Darley extend, albeit behind, to 10-11-71. They lead Bacchus Marsh 5-6-36. So Ogden to bring the ball back into play. Went towards Huxtable. Bit of contact as he kicked, but it seemed to ricochet favourably. And Goats took an uncontested mark at the end. That's a good kick. We found Owen in front of Angwin. So Owen with ball in hand. Broadcast side centre wing. Will look to go the switch. And found LaFranchi. So should have given that to Ogden, but he elected to go by foot. But he found Davis, who couldn't take the mark. It'll sit okay for him. Went with the left-hand hand pass to, well, I'm not sure.
Rotunda.
To Duncan Cadman, really, who just rebounded the footy. And they're away here as the kick found Bewley on half-back for the Devils. Yeah, Davis would probably want that handball over again as he squares the kick to Cousins. So Cousins with ball in hand. Close checking from Kavakovic was not enough to spoil Cousins, who went short to Bewley. That could be said there for Owen. In the middle of the ground. Bewley told to play on by the umpire. Got it to Cousins, who got a touch of the fumbles. And they've got numbers here, but luck's a fortune for the Devils, and Cousins just caught one over the shoulder. And he'll square play to the outer side of the ground. So it's Lahoure now with ball in hand, outer side centre wing. Took a bounce. Awkward one at that, and then sent the ball into attack. Impey the fly, couldn't take the mark, got a hand on it. Ball at ground level. Huxtable again, being good. Right foot kick to the outer side centre wing. Craig's got some leg speed. How will it sit for him? He knocks the ball out in front of he and Angwin. He's got too much toe for the big fella, but Angwin's chase has been terrific, and so too the tackle, and here are the numbers through Lahoure. We got it over towards might have been Matt Riccardi there. His right foot kick into the middle of the ground was poor, and it's been cut off by McCreary. Right foot kick was terrific, and the mark's been taken by Kavakovic, 50 metres out from the Cobra goal. So it'll be Kavakovic, the youngster, who has kept running today. You can just tell that They just cover a lot more ground, these young blokes. They just keep putting in the hard yards, and he's been justly rewarded with a shot on goal from 51. Gets plenty of it. It's all about the accuracy. Just off to the right. There might be a mark to Owen, is it?
Yep.
And he's paid it. Yep, Owen on the goal line again. That would be very frustrating for the Devils coach, Dan Jordan. So Owen with a chance to kick his first of the afternoon. He'll kick across the body on the left boot, and he'll make no mistake. And the Cobras get another one here at Mattingley Park. Their sixth of the afternoon, and they're within 29 points. They're 6-6-42. They trail Darley 10-11-71. 9 minutes gone, final turn.
There you go again. The Devils spectating on the goal line, Todd. No pressure, punching it through.
So Freeman took a mark on the goal line, goal. Owen took a mark on the goal line, goal. Impey tried to knock one through, and a Darley defender tried to keep it in play, and that ended up in a goal. So 3 goals, 3 of their 6 from a couple of coach killers. But nonetheless, the advantage is substantial. 29-point lead to the Devils. 9.5 minutes gone. Tap one by Gertz. Through went Huxtable. Couldn't gather. Impey second effort okay. Had an excellent first half, the youngster. He's just died out of it a bit. Ball fell into his hands. Tumbling kick to the attacking 50. Johnson in front. Couldn't take the mark. Chance here for Joel Cadman. Could have been held without it. The umpire agreed. And Joel Cadman will get a free kick 49 metres out from the Darley goal. So they'd just like to see some efficiency forward here, the Devils. Kicks across the body. Pull kick. Excellent gather there from Porter. Fired the hair pass out. Dispossessed. Only went as far as Bailey Young, who had a shot on goal and was there and off to the left through for a minor score. The Darley 10-12-72. 30-point leaders over Bacchus Marsh. 6-6-42. Darley have kicked 4 goals, 7 since quarter time. Squaring kick from Bissell. Found Freeman, who went with a long right foot kick. Out in the direction there of Nixon. Good use of the body there on Young. The ball favoured him. Left foot kick was a hurried one at that. Chance here for Smith. Knocked it forward. Did well. They're still in with a chance here, the Cobras. Fell into the hands of Parente from half forward. 1-on-1. Owen and Myers. Owen couldn't take the mark. Myers kept his feet and knocked it through for a rush behind.
Not a bad passage of play there, Todd.
Yeah.
The Cobras probably the best passage of play all day.
Yeah, a bit of coast to coast, and took some serious experience for Myers to deny Owen.
Jake couldn't finish it off. Can't do everything.
Van Leith, right foot kick to half-back. Players sent themselves. The nice mark taken there by the Devils. Tall kick at that there from Spiteri inboard, looking there towards Young. Smith tried hard, right foot hand passing to Smith. He's on the ground. Him on Ogden has been bailed up. Ball spills free, bit of scrappy footy. How will the umpire adjudicate? Whistle imminent, you'd think. And there'll be a ball up. Attacking side of centre wing. Outer side of the ground for the Cobras, who trail by 29 points. So Darley still goalless in this final term. They've kicked 3 points in 11.5 minutes. The Cobras have added 2 goals, 1 of their own. There's the ball up. Huxtable out of the congestion. Hurry kick forward. And for all intents and purposes, young Huxtable would be in the running for the Bacchus Marsh Golf Club player of the day for the Cobras today, you think, Fred?
Yeah, got a fair hand on it.
Boundary throw in, half forward. Then the Cobras sneak another one. Goats with the tap. Through traffic they go. That man again, Huxtable. Fired the hand pass out. Cobras going to attack by foot. Tackle there was Owen. Could have been held without it. The umpire let it go. Ball at ground level. Owen wanting a free kick, but they'll get the second one. And this one will go to Gates. 51 metres out from goal. So the shiny boot's starting to take effect here as the light starts to dim. So it'll be Gates with ball in hand. Chance to narrow the margin to 23. Take his best kick, you'd think, though, from outside 50.
Won't reach the distance.
So he runs around onto the right and keeps it right. And missed everything in the end, really.
Accuracy.
And it's gone out of bounds on the full. So the Devils with a chance to a rebound here. They'll be looking for some connection. The kick was poor. Put Ingram under the pump. Lucky Ward was there to support, but he couldn't gather. Ricocheted off his shins back into the hands of Ankrum. Hurried kick towards Joel Cadman. Elusive skills away from Porter. Back to Ward, who went inboard to Page. Hurried left foot kick as the party's got a couple to beat. And you get a free kick. Well done there by Azzopardi. Plays on to Bewley. He'll get onto that left boot. Penetrating one at that. Look at that. Out in front of Johnson, if you don't mind. Beautiful. Johnson just had to run onto that ball and didn't have to do anything as he just had a yard on Freeman, and he'll go back and have a shot on goal, 45-degree angle, and a chance to steady the ship here for the Devils while they've got a match-winning 29-point lead.
Too much leverage by Freeman, trailing in by 5 or 6 metres. Got to be better than that, Joel.
Oh, the kick was...
The kick was fantastic,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's still the same. Shouldn't give that much leverage, Todd.
So Johnson with ball in hand, 45-degree angle here. Chance to kick his first of the afternoon. He ticked a few points, and he can add that one to the points tally. There's another one.
Lucky goal.
And one or two on the full there for Johnson. So one day it'll click for him this year, I think. It's just not today. He's presented well, but just hasn't been able to finish off his running efforts, because his ability to cover the ground can't be questioned. As the ball comes back into play, it's a short kick to Freeman, who elects, well, he meant to go by hand to the racehorse in Ogden, but opted for a different option and went out wide there towards Tyrrell. Nixon, is it? So Nixon with ball in hand onto that right boot. That's a beautiful kick towards half back. Ward the fly, couldn't take the mark, and Smith just waited at the back and said, thank you very much. Marked on the chest. He's going to give it back. Gave it back to Joel Cadman, if you don't mind. Can't miss those kicks. Cadman with ball in hand. Waste no time. Brett the target, but going back, reading the flight of the ball well there was LaFranchi. Ball kick. So the rebound kick from LaFranchi was good. Got it over towards Underwater. Penetrating kick to outer centre wing. And there'll be a boundary throw in as the ball comes off hands and spills over the line. So Bacchus Marsh 6-7-43. Trail Darley 10-13-73. So since quarter time, Darley have kicked 4 goals, 6. And the Cobras have 4-8, sorry. And the Cobras have kicked 4 goals, 5.
3 points in it.
So chance here for Bewley was angled over the football. He went by hand to Ward.
Young just come on.
They fired the hair pass over to Andy Azzopardi, who found Young. Got it over to Cousins. He's on the left. He loves a goal. Not as much as his dad does, though, so he went short. Ball spills free chance for Johnson. Left foot kick, clever. And the mark's been taken there by Matt Riccardi, and he'll go back and have a shot on goal. Another shot on goal for the Devils. As we approach the 16-minute mark of this final term.
I'll mark him down, Todd.
So it's Riley Matricardi with ball in hand. Chance to become the Devils' 8th goal kicker of the afternoon. And the 11th collectively set sail, and that's off to the right. So they've got the yips in front of goal, Darley. 10-14-74.
There we go. More light to the subject.
There we go.
There's a big scoreboard on. The timekeepers forgot to turn this one on.
There should be a strobe light warning on your way in. Ball to come on. Oh, there we go. You can look up your Facebook there. There we go. As the ball comes back into play, they go short and wide. The kick's okay to Jenks. So he's looking to go along the line. So Owen will present here. He'll be the likely target. He is. He'll set himself. Couldn't take the mark. Presented well. Didn't lose his feet. Ball at ground level. Cousins tackled, ridden into the ground. The umpire says correct to Mondo. So Cousins with ball in hand. Tried hard today too, most Cousins.
Been very good.
Been good. So Cousins with ball in hand. Lowers the eyes. Oh, that was just, Joel Cadman thought, here's a chance here, and he and Bishop sort of collided in the end. Another bit of indecision and calamity of error there from the Devils as Porter tries to negotiate by hand beyond the defensive 50. Cousins doing the mopping up again. Got it to Denham. Got it to Bewley. Can he make the most of this one, Bewley? Shot on goal. And off to the left for a minor score. goals, 16 collectively have been kicked by the two sides since quarter time.
Yeah.
Not pretty. So can Dylan Bishop put an end to a series of behinds for the Devils? He can. And it's just reward for a hard-working, small pressure forward today. He's tried hard, Bishop. That's his first goal of the afternoon. Darley get their 11th. They're 11-15, 81. They lead Bacchus Marsh 6-8-44, a 37-point lead.
Well, how brave is Brett? He goes and gives a high five to Joel, like as if to say, oh, thanks, mate. Seriously, get on with the game, Brett.
Tough unit, isn't he?
Get over it. Get over last year, Matthew.
21 and a half minutes gone, final term. It's Darley who lead. Bacchus Marsh by 37 points. Bishop with his first. So Impey and Gertz won the tap. Waiting at ground level there was Smith by. Hurry kick inside half forward. Evelyn sit for Porter. It does any second if it was okay. Umpire let it go. Through traffic they go. The Cobras they can bind. Owen was dispossessed. Umpire let him get away with it. Ward's hand pass went boundary side. Effective nonetheless. Found Ankrum and just dropped what he didn't really need to drop because he was in possession of the footy. There's a big high up and under kick from the Devils beyond centre wing. Smith leading into the race for the ball. Gathers cleanly. Went one way then another. Got the hand pass to LaFranchi on the bounce. Hand pass from LaFranchi. Went further afield to Huxtable and got it towards half forward. Chance here for Van Lee. He just keeps covering the ground. That's a better kick there from the youngster. And found Cadman, who can go short to Cousins. That's all right in the middle. He's got Bailey Young on the wing. Young won't need to break stride here. They can raffle it. There's him and Spiteri. Spiteri just gave it to Young. What will he do? Lowers the eyes. Not a bad. Well, got to bounce on Johnson. He kicked across the body. High up and under kick. Chance for Brent with the fly. He's got it. Matty Brent's coming out and taking a nice mark. 25 to 30 metres out from goal. For a guy who's very good overhead, that'll do wonders for his confidence while he's an experienced player. A nice overhead mark like that. He's known to take double-figure marks, but has certainly been well shy of that this afternoon. First up, back from injury. So it's Matty Brett with ball in hand. Chance to kick his first, of course. He did kick 3 goals last year against Sebastopol in round 1, so he's no stranger to goal, while he predominantly does play in the back half for the Devils. So Matty Brett with ball in hand, sets sail for the judge, makes no mistake and he likes it. So Darley get their 12th of the afternoon, 12-15-87. They lead Bacchus Marsh 6-8-44. It's a 43-point ball game. Near 24 minutes gone, final term. So Matty Brett becomes Darley's 9th goal kicker of the afternoon. 12-15-87. They lead Bacchus Marsh 6-8-44. Joel Freeman, one of the Cobras' 2 multiple goal scorers today, off for a spell. He and Jake McCreary with 2 apiece. So 87 plays 44 here. And the dark skies overhead. The lights on here at Mattingly Park. There's the ball up. Tap one by Gertz. Ball at ground level. Page out of the congestion. Tumbling kick to half forward. LaFranchi went it well and took a mark. So how will he use the footy? Right foot kick goes into the Gertz direction. The fly. Drop what he should have taken. Second effort was okay. Now he's in a bit of trouble. He went to ground. Darley got numbers. Baker's one of them. Fires the hand pass out to Page. Right foot kick. And the fly. Nice mark taken there by the Devils there in Cadman. Got the ball over towards Matt Riccardi as a pot shot of the goals. And he's off to the right through for a minor score. So another behind for the Devils. Darley 12-16-88. Lead Bacchus Marsh 6-8-44. LaFranchi brings the ball back into attack. Overcooked the kick for Kavakovic. Doing the mopping up there was Duncan Cadman. He got it to brother Joel. Kick across the body. Was meant for as a party. Was cut off there by Ogden, who played on. Kick from Bissell. Found Shea just inside the boundary line in front of Ward. And it'll be Tyson Shea with ball in hand. 25 and a half minutes gone. Darley 88, lead Bacchus Marsh 44. Shea along the line. Right foot kick. Owen sets himself. Couldn't take the mark. Went off his hands. Fell into the hands of Porter by the non-preferred. Right foot kick. Stayed in play. Bounced favourably for Ankrum. Inboard hand pass to Matt Riccardi. Went short. Looking for Page. Got it on the half volley. Switch play to Van Lee. And the racehorse told to play on by the umpire. High up and under kick. Meant for Azapati. He's in front. Ball at the back was good from Jenks. Close up against the boundary line. Azapati couldn't keep it in. Umpire's picked out a free kick, has he? What's going on there? So Azapati, I can't work out what happened there. Baker thumped it forward. It was better than a kick. Fell into the hands of Cadman. Quick hands got it to Denham, who tipped it out in front of Ward. And he'll take a nice overhead mark. Who'll go short unselfishly. It's okay. And Bailey Young's taken the mark. So Bailey Young, who's had a few shots on goal today, without reward, has a chance to become the Devils' 10th goal kicker of the afternoon. They're 12-16-88. They lead the Cobras 6-8-44. So, well, it's been a stalemate of sorts. The Devils have won every corner. That is one positive as Young goes short and squares the footy. The mark's been taken there by Matricati. So there goes the siren.
Not one of the most exciting games I've witnessed, Todd.
So Riley Matricati has the chance. I did tip the Devils by 50. If he kicks this, it'll be 5-0. Set sail, makes no mistake. There it is. 50-point win to the Devils, if you don't mind. 13-16-94, Darley have defeated Bacchus 6-8-44. A 50-point win to the Devils, and they'll be happy to make another 4 points on the road to make it 2-2, or 2 from 2 in 23. Yeah, Darley have run out 50-point winners here. Well, it was a pretty ordinary spectacle on the efficiency side for the majority of the last 2.5 quarters. Darley happened to win all 4 quarters in the end. That'll be something pleasing they'll get out of that. 13-16-94 have defeated Bacchus 6-8-44. The goal scorers for Darley.
Hangman 2, Bewley 3, singles 2, Spiteri, Myers, Matthew Britt, Johnson, Matriardi, Page, and Impey.
And Bishop in there too.
And Bishop. Oh,
and the Cobras.
I missed him. McCreary 2, Freeman 2.